Welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. How is everybody doing tonight? Sorry I was late. I actually had some clients tonight. So that's going to happen every once in a while. But we are here now. How is everybody doing? Who do we got in the building? We got per usual. What is going on? JH is in the building. Hello, Cherie. How are we doing? Before we start, I just want to give a quick shout out to the replay gang. Thank you so much for watching, guys. The only problem is it's way more fun when you're here live. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, make sure you are here so you never miss a party. And sometimes I might change it up. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and anytime there is a party, you will always be there. And I also want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the stream, mysickshirt.com. You can look as beautiful as these ladies, or maybe not, with any of these shirts. Whatever your flavor, they've got something for you. If nothing else, the only place to get your very own Indian Jesus official merch, only at mysickshirt.com. All right. So today, I figure, it's a Friday. Let's hang back, let's chill. And is this alive? Maybe. Yes, sir, it is. Welcome. The last time I wanted to do a that's a great question for somebody who owns mysickshirt.com, is asking, where is the extra small option? So maybe if somebody who owns that site is in the chat, they could let them know. How are you doing, David Banner? Glad to see you. So a while ago, I wanted to do something about TikTok, and I did not prepare enough for it. I messed up, and I thought that I would be able to get my point across just finding some random TikTok compilation and going through it and determining, is TikTok really that bad? It seems that way, and it definitely has all of the ingredients for something that would destroy society. But is that the case? Give me 1 second here. Make sure we're all good on every front here. So I have in the last, I would say, couple weeks, I don't really use TikTok except to post stuff. But I've been going through and trying to get a good curation of what exactly I would like to see if I'm going to be on the platform. So that said, yes, that is true. David Banner said TikTok is a CCP data mine meant to corrupt the youth. That absolutely is true. However, it's simply not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So I think the way to deal with that is just to determine, okay, well, if we can't get rid of it, can we at least use the algorithms? Can we at least, find ways to use this platform that is not terrible? And that doesn't mean that it has to be, hold on, Morty, I'll get you something. It doesn't mean that it has to be all educational and stuff. It could still be funny, silly stuff, but it doesn't all have to be about ruining your brain. So I got a collection of some TikToks here. We're going to dive right in and watch some of them. And hold on. And so I'm looking to get your opinion on what you think, especially if you don't use TikTok yourself. What do you think of my specific algorithm, the type of stuff that I'm getting, and do you think that it represents what your average Gen Z kid is getting, or is it more of just like every other social media where, yes, you can use it to the benefit of yourself and to society, but by and large, it's just corrupting people? I don't know. Let's jump in and find out. So this first one was very interesting to me. I have been fortunate enough never to have dealt with somebody who was dealing with dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that, and I understand it can be extremely just difficult on all fronts. So this is somebody, I don't, obviously we're just on TikTok, so I don't know everybody's story, but this guy has dementia, and that's where we're starting. As always, you guys know that StreamYard sound can be not there, so if you cannot hear the video, please do let me know. No sound. Thank you, Indie Film. All right, take two. Such a sweet thing here, too. Share screen. All right, take two.
Mark today.
I said you're feeling lost?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's normal in the morning. That's very normal for you because you wake up and you have short-term memory loss, so you often don't remember where you are. But it's very simple. You're at my house in Elk Grove. You live with me and your grandkids and Danielle. And when you're not...
So we just got an old guy who is living with his sounds like his son-in-law, and he's saying it's captioned the morning fill-in, meaning this is what he has to go through every day. That this guy is unfortunately wakes up every day and doesn't know who or where he is.
When you're not with me, you're with Mark. So you're always with your family. You're just with me or Mark.
What did I do?
Well, you did nothing. You just have short-term memory loss. You're 90 years old.
I what?
You're 90. You got old. Yeah, you got old. You lived a long time. That's what you did. So now you live with your kids.
Imagine.
Well, I just have to get adjusted to it.
Absolutely. You're pretty well adjusted, Dad. It's just the morning times are difficult for you because you don't remember. But you're pretty well adjusted. You have pretty normal days. You hang out, we eat, you watch TV, you take a walk, you go out wherever I go. You have pretty normal days. It just takes you a little while to get acclimated in the morning.
That makes sense per usual. That does make sense.
This is your house?
This is.
Do I have a house?
Well, you did have a house on Oakham, but you sold it when you moved in with us.
Look at some of the comments.
Yeah, you don't want to have a house and pay insurance on it and all that stuff.
Pardon me?
You sold it and you put the money in the bank.
So I have money in the bank.
You got plenty of money in the bank. You don't have to worry about money.
Goals. Exactly. Boom. I wish I woke up to someone saying you don't have to worry about money.
Every morning is the same thing. You wake up to this every morning and you have to learn again what's going on. It's just the way it is with your memory. But in the end, you're fine. You're healthy otherwise, and you got plenty of money and you live with your kids. So it is what it is.
Well, I'll go get dressed and get ready so I can eat breakfast.
Go get dressed. There'll be cereal on the table with a banana in it. You eat it every morning. Every morning you have your cereal with a banana.
Again, I've never known anybody
cereal with a banana
like this.
Do you like cereal with a banana?
I guess I do.
You guess you like it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll get lunch. I go to work for a couple hours in the morning, and then I come back and take you to lunch.
How old am I?
You're 90.
I'm 90?
You're 90.
Well.
Congratulations. You made it to 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys want to live to be 90? Would you want to live?
All right. Get yourself dressed.
Jammies.
Yeah, those are jammies.
Huh?
Those are your jammies.
Yeah. All right, I'll get dressed.
All right, Dad.
Clearly, this guy is cared for. Clearly, this guy has family. Clearly, this guy is living a good life by all superficial aspects. But that's very difficult to even imagine. That's crazy. But I'm sorry to hear, any film. That's really rough. That's really, really rough. And I can just hope for the best. That's all you can really do. You know, a lot of the comments here talking about great son, great caregiver, and that's it's heartwarming. Start off with a nice little heartwarming story. They're not all like that though. So,
and are you available to work over?
So this this is a funnier one. I think we need to do. All right, we need a rating system. So let's do a 1 out of 100 rating system. So for each new TikTok, we're gonna just rate them 0 to 100.
Overtime?
I don't usually mind overtime. It's like,
I don't recommend you drive while we do this.
oh no, I'm not. I'm parked up now.
Thanks too much, Chef Popeyes. My name is Diane Coffee, and I'm Tacoma today.
May I have a
Are you
fish
okay?
sandwich, please? No.
Okay. Are you available to work weekends?
Yes.
Fish sandwich?
Fish sandwich, please. Saturday and Sunday.
Anything else?
Just one fish sandwich. That'll be all.
$4.80, please, per round. Thank you.
Thank you. Saturday and Sunday is perfect.
You know I can see you. I know you're ordering food, but on this interview.
No, I'm not. I'm parked up. I'm in my car right now.
Great question. What does his resume look like? How does he get all these interviews?
I can see that you're ordering a fish sandwich at McDonald's while you're doing this interview with me.
No, I'm not ordering anything. If I was, I'd be at Popeyes, but
I heard you ask for a fish sandwich. You need to order food, or would you like to do this interview?
no, I'll do the interview. Yeah, if I wasn't ordering food. If I was, I already ordered it, but I didn't.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Do you have any ketchup? I mean, like, how soon were you?
No, I'm not the drive-through, so I don't provide ketchup.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. You're kind of making me hungry. I kind of want to go to a drive-through now. But
You are at a drive-through. I can see you.
no. No, I see.
Yes, you are at a drive-through.
No, I see how you would think that.
You.
I pulled into this random restaurant to do this interview.
You just asked for a fish sandwich. I can see and hear everything you're doing. Listen, maybe we should schedule this at another time. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
I am parked up now.
All right, what do we rate this?
And would I be working outdoors or indoors?
It would be inside of town.
So I'll be fully shaded, no UV rays,
Not that I'm aware of. Nope.
and I'll get a lunch break.
Yes.
That's awesome. I'm excited. And cool. And that's pretty much it on my end.
All right. Sounds good. Well, hey, you have your rest of your day.
You too, Will. Thank you for the interview. I look forward to being employed there.
All right. You have a good day.
Likewise.
Okay, so what? Hi.
What's up?
Are you? Can you please not eat during our interview?
I'm not eating.
Okay. Because I mean, this is a serious interview, so if you're not prepared to be serious during the interview, then we can't conduct this interview.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm not eating.
Okay. Are you prepared to continue the interview?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what is your highest? All right, sir. We're gonna end this interview.
I'm not eating. I'm just...
Are you eating, sir?
Oh, no, I'm not eating.
Okay. All right, sir. We're done with this interview. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm sorry, but
So it's not all serious stuff. There's fun. That's the reason that I put this on the list. You know, as you'll see, there's not exactly a theme here. The theme is just like, hey, these are fun, interesting, entertaining, and they're not rotting your brain. And the fact is, the aspect of this that really stuck out to me was the creativity, first of all, and the fact that if I saw this on a TV show, this would fit right in. This doesn't seem like a TikTok trend. This is legitimately funny. Of course, Sharice said, God, I would be so entertained as the interviewer. Yeah, I guess that would be not too fun. He's pretty good too. Hey, we got Bot Jesus here with the Indian Jesus. What is going on? We are looking at the best of TikTok. And it is my position that while TikTok is ruining the brains of our nation's youth, of all the world's youth, that there actually is value on this platform, and it certainly isn't going anywhere. So we may as well get used to it.
Los Angeles and
welcome back, Jesus.
What am I doing here? America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. The best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like
Let's
to be
go,
able to,
Brandon.
Anyway, from Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah.
So this is exactly why I'm doing this. Why can't I get my camera angle right? But Jesus says, I only watch TikTok for the dumb shit that's on there. That's what most people do. And because the TikTok algorithm is so advanced that if you tell the algorithm by watching the dumb shit and swiping on more interesting shit or more substantive shit, at least, then it's going to show you more dumb shit. And so I'm just curious, I've been curious about how similar or different. I mean, definitely the algorithms are different, but ever since I was super active on Facebook, I was always curious about how different the page was. How different is your feed from my feed? And so just bring it to you guys Friday night, chill out and see what we got.
Telling a job interview or a story that don't make sense. Y'all stay
tuned.
tuned.
I forgot there was this. Oh my God. If you guys like the last one, this one's hilarious.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I just graduated from home last year ago with my degree in walking fish with a minor in water in the snow because I'm mop air. I'm also a dentist that fixes feet at the vet when I'm wide asleep. So I think this job would be pretty good for my mom since she doesn't have kids.
Wait,
creativity.
As I was saying that my twin uncle was like walking meatless dogs, right? Come to find out the dryer was wet from folding dishes because the kitten dogs was mooing.
She's like, I know that he's black, but I can't say anything about him being black because that might be racist.
I don't think this is going to work out. This is not a good fit for our company, and I would not hold your breath waiting for a phone call.
So do I start last year? Telling a job interview.
Joe Biden made the case for gun control by saying that, after all, you don't need a gun because if the government wants to murder you, they will do so with an F-15.
You can't go out and buy an automatic weapon. You can't go out and buy a cannon. And for those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America's independent and safe, if you want to fight against the country, you need an F-15. You need something a little more than a gun. No, I'm not joking.
This actually, I was thinking about this earlier, and I don't know why I haven't heard this argument before when it comes to the Second Amendment, especially now as we're talking about, nuclear war, possibly. It occurs to me that the nuke argument is the go-to for anti-gun people. It's like, well, just because it says because the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed doesn't mean that you could own a nuke. You sure about that? Who owns nukes? So let's just look at America. I would assume, and I have not done a lick of research on this. I'm just talking out my ass. So if you know better, please. But I would assume that the nation's nuclear arsenal belongs to the government itself in some respect. Again, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there is no department of nuke production in our government. I'm pretty sure these weapons are procured from private companies like Raytheon. So if they can have nukes, I can have nukes. I'm with any film who said we should all get F-15s. I mean, the gas on them, you know what I mean? Mine was prehistoric. He basically, I mean, if we want to break down what prehistoric and how we're using the word prehistoric, in the sense that what people understand as their history. Like, there's people who don't remember 9/11. Biden was before that. There's definitely people who don't remember the 94 crime bill. Biden was around for that. There's people who don't remember Clarence Thomas being, did I call it interviewed? When he was going on to the Supreme Court. A lot of people don't remember that. So, depending on your meaning, he might very well be prehistoric. All right. So this, give me, all right. I'm just going to play it. If you get it, if you know, you know.
Fucking no. But did you fucking see me this morning? When they fucking rushed the lines, I got my M16, I racked that cocksucker, and I went bam, bam, bam.
Who gets it? I know somebody has to get it.
Through the face, dark bodies. I was like, no, dark. Fucking no.
Nobody?
Did you fucking see me this morning? When they fucking rushed the lines, I got my M16, I racked that cocksucker, and I went bam, bam, bam. Through the chest, through the face. That's what they taught me. Through the chest, through the face. Dark.
No? Nobody watches Trailer Park Boys? You uncultured swine. You uncultured swine. All right. Californians moved to Texas.
Honey, someone's going to the house. Someone's going to the house. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
I'm gonna call the pops. I'm gonna call the pops.
We're recording you.
No. It's okay. I'm just your neighbor. Coming by to say howdy.
Just your neighbor.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're not used to people stopping by to say howdy without assaulting us first, robbing us, or defecating on our lawn.
Sometimes all three.
The trifecta. We're from Los Angeles.
Just moved to Texas.
I figured.
Oh, the California plates?
Yeah, the masks. Inside your own house. No one else around. 2022.
We just want to be extra safe.
We feel naked without masks.
We'll probably wear them for the rest of our lives.
Sounds like none of you have seen Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
We're going to have to fix that.
Well, you seem like a lovely couple. Like I said, I just wanted to drop by and welcome you to the neighborhood.
Who's drinking?
Why? Do you want something?
Oh,
Cheers. Happy Friday.
No. They're, I think he's being friendly. People around here are friendly, like we've seen in the movies, right?
I thought that was just make believe.
Next. Oh, I love this one. Read the it says, just because I voted for Biden doesn't mean I am stupid. All right? Make sure you remember that. That's funny. That's comedy.
Trans mode. Huh? Trans mode. Huh?
Hi, everyone.
All right, so this one's a little bit more serious. And a powerful message here.
Message is for the President of the United States. So if you know someone close to him, please tag them so they can bring this to his attention. My name is Alma Ohiniopari. I'm a person of faith, a husband of 16 years, and a father of 4 wonderful children. I am also an immigrant to the United States of America. I came here at the age of 19, full of hope, optimism, and a willingness to do what was necessary to achieve the American dream. After 18 years of waiting and hoping, I was finally granted the privilege of becoming an American citizen in 2021. Today, I am a proud American, a law-abiding patriot, and a man willing to defend the principles and values that made America great and brought people like me here. Mr. President, I am also a conservative Republican, or what you have recently labeled a MAGA Republican. Over the last few days, you have looked into the camera and called me and millions of other people like me a extremists. You have told me and my children that we don't matter to you because of our beliefs. Your spokespeople and the media have labeled us dangerous, full of hate, and a threat to democracy. You went as far as to suggest that we would not stand a chance against the government's F-15s in defending our country from tyranny. Your party leaders have taken your cue and called us terrorists, and all this without taking any time to acknowledge our humanity, listen to our concerns, or seek to understand our fears. I was born in a country.
And the worst part of it is, of course, he's absolutely correct. And even as somebody who does not support MAGA, claim MAGA, anything like that, it's not about even the fact that Biden specifically singled out MAGA Republicans. It's the fact that because that is now the new thing, that is new, the new insult. Went from racist to to Nazi to white supremacist, and now it's MAGA Republican. I mean, that's always been a thing, but like the thing. He just said it in a speech with his fucking Hitler lighting. Is that is now the association that anybody gets that disagrees with an establishment narrative perspective. And that's, of course, what they wanted. They weren't just talking about the tens of millions of people who legitimately support Trump. They're talking about everybody who didn't hate Trump. Oh, we got a comment here real quick. Sheree said, it's Biden. What do you expect? He said, you're not black. No, he didn't. That's not what he said. That is not what he said. He said, if you ain't black, or he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He didn't say if you're not black, don't vote for him. He said, if you don't vote for him, you're not black.
Where my rights were not always guaranteed. And to hear the President of America and the leader of the free world dismiss more than 70 million of his own countrymen as fringe and extreme and not worth listening to breaks my heart and makes me wonder what I should tell my children about the future of this once great shining city on a hill. This is the reason many of us embrace the call to make America.
I just realized I misread this.
Great again. It is because we believe our great nation is under a moral, fiscal, and spiritual assault. We are MAGA because we want to restore the promise in the hearts of our children that this is the place where their efforts will be rewarded.
Oh, look at this. As we're listening. No, you were correct. You did say that you're not black if you don't vote for him. I was wrong. You were right. But so I'm scrolling through some of the comments here, and it's very interesting how you see everybody is supporting him. But no matter what, if it were some type of leftist message, you know that you would be getting some leftist infighting, because the whole platform of leftists is out leftying each other. Whereas here, you just have people happy to be on the same team.
And where their true potential can be realized. We are MAGA because we believe in freedom of speech, the freedom to exercise our religion. We believe in limited government and the rule of law. We are MAGA because we love the Constitution and believe our founders established a means for we the people to defend it from enemies both foreign and domestic. I am MAGA because I want to be able to look into the eyes of my 4 Black children to assure them that they're not victims, that they hold inside them what it takes to achieve anything they set their hearts on. We believe our leaders should put America and its interests first before any other nation. We believe our government should not saddle our children and grandchildren with insurmountable debt, chasing after a misguided idea of controlling or changing the course of the climate. Millions of us were horrified to witness what happened on January 6th and believe that justice must be served. But we also see through the attempt to paint all Republicans with a false moniker of insurrectionists and to conflate the genuine misgivings of those who feel disaffected and disenfranchised with an unfounded accusation that we are somehow against democracy. We are MAGA because we love law enforcement, but doubt whether the Justice Department or the FBI can be trusted to deal fairly and impartially when they have given us clear and repeated evidence of their political bias against half of the country. As a new American, this November will be the first time I get to exercise my right to vote, a right I've waited nearly 2 decades to earn. I understand the urge during an election season to attack those you see as political opponents. But Mr. President, I am not your enemy, and the tens of millions of MAGA Republicans are not filled with hate towards anyone. We love this country. We are heirs of the great legacy of freedom this country has afforded us and wish to exercise our right to be heard and not demonized. So I ask you, Mr. President,
Bring it
to
home,
tear
baby.
down
Bring
this
it
wall of
home.
divisiveness and division that seeks to pit your fellow citizens against one another. Heed your own call for unity and lay off the rhetoric that seeks to demonize and defame millions of people who would give their lives and fortunes to defend these United States. If you believe in the redemption of America, then give my children a reason to hope, a reason to believe that our best days are ahead of us, in spite of the challenges we face as a country. Thank you for listening.
How was that better than any presidential speech in the last 10 years? Just some guy. It was beautiful. It was great. Got me fired up. America, yeah! That's what patriotism used to be. Just a love and gratitude for this country and the people in it and what we're allowed to do. But that's not... people are talking about this in the comments. People are talking about this going viral. And I think it should go viral. But why does it need to? How did we get to a place where simply talking about loving America was something that everybody needed to hear? Because I do think everybody needs to. Thank you for this flattery, Sheree. Hey, whenever you came up, I'm sure I'm going to love what I see too. Said, side note, I had to pray more to find out if this is Satan playing with my emotions. It is. I'm Satan here. I don't know where I was going with that, but maybe. But shouts to this guy. This is Willful Positivity. Go give him a look. I don't follow anybody on TikTok, so I just have it for. I actually started just to I would put the YouTube shorts. I also put them on TikTok just to get more exposure. But I don't know what the rules are. Like the most innocuous things will get will get banned or give me a strike. I already have 2 strikes on my second account, so I just stopped so that because I wanted to do this show last week, but the account that I had was deleted. So I had to start over and start saving the new videos. Then I found out that the bookmark, if you go to bookmark a TikTok, you can only go through your bookmarked TikToks on your phone. So I'm here trying to open it, and it will only show me my liked videos. And so not a huge difference, or not a huge number of videos that were liked that weren't bookmarked, especially since it was a newer account. But I did have to spend the time to go through all of those videos and make sure that I just wanted the bookmark ones. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, Cherie.
Things that if I were to eat would kill me.
So this is one I need your guys' opinion on. I like this. And I like this guy's channel. I've watched a number of his videos. So what I want from you guys is to determine, is this... Oh, here's an ant crawling across my fucking table. Hiya! I want you guys to decide, is this giving me brainworms, or is this right in line with the rest of our content? Hey, we got Jared in the building. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Said Mr. Current Thoughts is in the house. That is, I don't know what that means, but welcome. Everybody go check out Jared's channel. He does a lot of cool stuff, a lot of spoken word stuff. He is an author that was on the I Didn't Read Your Book podcast with his book, Serpent of Eden. Still up on this channel. Go check it out. Welcome, Jared. So yes, is this, we were supposed to be giving number ratings, guys. I haven't gotten any number ratings, but is this good enough? Is this good enough? Play. Oh, maybe not. It's not even playing now.
But I really want to eat them. There are a lot of things on this earth that are made to look delicious, and we aren't allowed to eat them, and I find that unfair. Up first, we have fiberglass insulation. Why are you making it pink like cotton candy? Could there be more of a hidden threat than an entire wall made of sweet-looking candy, and it's actually thousands of tiny shards of glass? That's unfair, and I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna die, and it's gonna be worth it. You're not even supposed to touch this stuff, but luckily I worked in fabrication at one point, so I was, filling vents with this shit, and it's crunchy. Like, you squish it and it crunches like it's candy. They want me to die. Next up is bouncy balls, but a specific kind of bouncy ball. I haven't seen them since I was a kid because you used to be able to put a quarter in a machine.
I'm hoping this is something that isn't a thing anymore, so I can be like, oh, you kids don't understand. So I'm gonna put up a poll because you guys don't fucking put anything. Oh yeah. I said 1 to 100, but yeah, 1 to 10, whatever. I know Indie Film and Cherie and Jared are old enough to remember what he's about to talk about. The youngins here, let me know. Why doesn't this fucking play?
And get one out of it, but it's like colorful, but it's frosted. I hope I can find a fucking picture of these things. Jesus Christ!
Did you?
I haven't seen them since I was a kid because you used to be able to put a quarter in a machine and get one out of it, but it's like colorful.
These. Who remembers these?
But it's frosted. I hope I can find a fucking picture of these things. Jesus Christ, I want to put 10 of these in my mouth and just guzzle them down like a pelican. I would chew on them as a kid because I'm an idiot, and the noise it would make would be so satisfying. It had the little rubber squeak, but it would also kind of crack a little bit. Fabuloso, the cleaning product, any flavor, really. They make the bottles look so pretty, and they smell so good. It shouldn't be that colorful. Anything colorful, I will eat. One of my friends just had a kid, and he had to baby-proof his whole house. And he was getting frustrated because he was like, why do I have to put child locks on everything? I am the proof that kids are that fucking stupid. You leave me alone for 2 minutes, I'm down in a bottle of cleaner.
Oh, so Jared's been doing a series called Current Thoughts. So Mr. Current Thoughts is Jared. Go check out Mr. Current Thoughts.
Not least is the tiny packet of silica gel that you find in packaging sometimes, or sometimes bags of beef jerky. This has nothing to do with how it looks, smells, or tastes. It's 100% a moral thing. You don't get to fucking tell me what not to eat. I don't care if it sucks every ounce of oxygen out of my body. I'm throwing that hoe back. If I go missing for a long amount of time and people start to worry about me, please be aware that I'm face down in my apartment because I ate something I shouldn't. Things that if...
So, I feel like things that if I were to eat, I would die, or whatever the thing. Again, there's a thin line. So Indie Film gives it a 6. Okay, that's relatively low. I would want something a little higher. So maybe this is a little bit silly. But I like the thought process. I like the thought process. This is Big Tucker Lindgren. Again, anybody, all their stuff is here. So anybody you want to see more of, go check them out. And thank you to everybody for providing the content. 6 out of 100. All right, shit. All right, moving on.
You know, we're living in a country awash with weapons of war. Weapons that weren't designed to hunt or designed to take on an enemy. That's what they're designed to do.
Goddamn right.
Sake. What's the rationale for these weapons?
Let me help you out, Joe. The Second Amendment wasn't made for us to have guns to go hunting. It was made for us to have guns to overthrow our government if they ever started taking away our rights and our freedoms, kind of like you guys have been doing for years. You keep saying that you're going to take away guns. How are you going to do that? There's more guns in this country than people. Hey, old man, you ain't even going to be able to get rid of the illegal guns that are in this country. We see you. The American people see you. You're trying to do what every single communist country that's ever existed has done. They take away your guns. They take away your right to say what you want, your freedom of speech. But I digress.
And remember, I am a former liberal who was very anti-gun and only held a gun for the first time earlier this year. So I've been awoken to the importance of gun rights, but I'm still very ignorant when it comes to guns and gun laws and all of that stuff. So, when it comes to this stuff, even the YouTube channels that, Colleen Noir and there was somebody else, Semper from the Discord. One of his friends has a gun channel, and I'm subscribed, but they're all like, gun reviews, and it's like I don't know, like, where do you go to get just like base level, entry level information on guns? Hey, we got Nick Alexander in the building. That's a new name. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Said everything he just said is correct. Oh, he is not even done, brother. And that's exactly why I appreciate it and why it's on this list, is because people like me need this entry level stuff before I even know what I can go to search on YouTube to look for in order to learn more. There's stuff I got to learn.
Out of all the guns that are in this country and all the ammunition that's in this country and all the proud Americans and patriots, who do you think, on the left or the right, who do you think has more of those guns? And who do you think is going to win if it ever came down to that? Love you guys. Have a great day.
We're living in... How recently did you guys break up?
So we got a little stand-up comedy there, but Nick says they're trying to take your guns to control the disarmed people. That's exactly what they're trying to do. That's exactly what I didn't understand as an anti-gun person. I would just fall for these silly, why do you need that? That's for, the Second Amendment's for all these stupid ideas. Hey, we got Trey in the building. What is good? Said I've been getting top gun safety since I was 10. Fired my first gun at 11. Been getting taught gun safety. Awesome. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Regardless of who you are, I've been convinced that you need to be able to understand how to do this because, as Nick said, this is what the government is trying to do. And they used to hide it. But they're not even hiding it anymore. They're just coming out and saying it. I think Beto O'Rourke was the first one. You're goddamn right. We're coming to take your guns. Like, okay, that's how to lose an election, friend. But then, Biden said it too. I mean, I don't know why. I can't imagine why you would think that the people who don't know about guns and don't own guns, you would pander to them when it seems like the market is, it just doesn't make sense. Nick says, I live in Australia. They took our guns years ago by using an MK Ultra slave, Martin Bryant, mass. Yeah, that was in the 90s, right? And they just got rid of all of the guns. Now, I'm curious, because obviously they couldn't have gotten all of the guns. So, like, how often do you hear about any kind of gun crime? I'm just curious because there's lots of guns here. Jared says, I didn't know about guns until I started working at a firearm manufacturer. I held and fired my first one there and asked lots of questions about them. That's good. That's good. I would love to do that. I've been telling people, I've been telling my dad since my 30th birthday. I was like, I would really like to go to a shooting range, and for us, me and him, to learn how to shoot. He's been a lifelong Republican, and because he, I guess because he came here in his 30s, that he doesn't have that inherent desire to have guns, to know about guns. My family just doesn't. It just doesn't come up, and I don't think that's a good thing. Nick says all your recent mass shootings. Not mean to say that out loud. Are done by MK Ultra slaves. Common denominator is all the shooters had CIA psychologists. Still have a few legal gun owners on rural farms and stuff, but not many. Interesting. All right, let's see what else we got. So this is a heckler, I think. Let's see if it will play. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't.
You know, how recently did you guys break up? May. Yeah, gotcha. He didn't do anything? He didn't do anything wrong or in life? In life? Did he not have a job the entire time you guys were together? He did? He worked in the ER also? You worked
He didn't do anything.
with a hero? So how did he not do anything if he worked in the ER? Was he the janitor?
How typical is that? You can't make that up. I broke up with my boyfriend because he's so like lazy and like doesn't do anything for anybody. Fucking pardon?
Well, I guess aside from work, if he didn't work.
Aside from work, he didn't do anything. He was saving lives. You don't think when Superman gets done, he's not like, oh, you don't think he just fucking chills? Oh my God. How much more do I have to do?
Guys, can I get one more like on the video? One more like, please. Thank you so much.
So you wanted him to do more with his life after the ER? Yes?
You know, I've seen this before, obviously, but this is from a while ago. I already know what the next question is. Somebody has got to be with me. You know what what is the question that's being begged to be asked. Shout it out. Come on.
What do you do?
Yes. I'm a barista.
You work for American Airlines? Oh, fuck you! Where are my bags? What do they? Oh my God! You fucking audacity! To be like, oh, what have you been doing? Saving lives all day? Yeah, what have you been doing? Peanuts? Peanuts? Can you put your seat back up this much? Are you a stewardess on that? You work in a baggage service? And knowing that you work in baggage for an airline just lets me know how terribly you treated his shit in the plane. You ever see people unloading baggage from the plane? They're like, this is why there's always two sides to every story. Because in the beginning, you guys were like, yeah, he would have been a low life. And then you were like, oh, he's a really good guy.
Which one was that? I wasn't looking at names.
How recently did you guys break up?
Okay, look, I did not think y'all was
Yo, this one is what this is absolutely has no substantial value at all. Except for the anthropological anomaly that this woman is. She's an anthropological anomaly.
ask for another one of these, but let me
So, if you can't read, it says, trying to get my mom to laugh again.
find my mom and see if I can make this happen. All right, hey, Mom. All right, so I got
You're
a
not
question.
You're not gonna believe it.
The people want you to laugh again, so I gotta make it happen.
Oh, no.
Hold on, just hear me out.
This is, I mean, it could be fake. It could be fake. But
why are you acting like that?
Got you.
Because last time
wasn't nothing wrong with last time. Look, here's what I just want to hear you get a little bit of a laugh out, because the people want to hear your joy, and you need to share that with the world. That your laugh sounds so delicate. No, there it was. Hold on. What was that? You said what? Hold on. Delicate laugh one more time. No. Hold on. Why are you stopping that? Okay, look.
Anthropological anomaly. Where else are you going to find that? Where else are you going to find that? And what I find interesting is that there's, Instagram's been around forever. YouTube's been around forever. Obviously not forever, but you know what I mean. And the range of different types of posts that you see is so much wider on TikTok, and I don't understand why that is. I mean, obviously, it's a different. Hey, any film was happy about that one. I don't understand how like this would never come up on my Instagram, and it's not like I'm gonna sit here and talk about this for 2 hours, but I didn't know that people could make that sound.
live in 3, 2. Ma'am, can you tell us what happened?
Yep.
Cherie, we could watch some of this on the panel.
So I was coming out of the Kmart parking lot. I had my boy and my girl in the back seat, my 2 kids, and I was driving my Suburban through this four-way. And I stopped right there, and then this guy was coming out of the Wendy's parking lot, and I, eased on out, and he just blew through the stop sign because he was shoving French fries in his mouth.
Cherie, is that what you sound like?
It pissed me off. I showered down like that, T-boned him right there in the four-way.
So you hit him?
I hit him good, yeah.
So whose fault do you think it is?
Well, hell, it was his. He blew through the damn four-way.
So you hit him and it's his fault. How does that make sense?
Well, it makes sense because in this country, when you do dumb shit, you got to pay the consequences for it. And that's what I drive a Suburban for. Is when you do dumb shit in front of me, I'm gonna hit you like a damn army tank.
So nothing should happen to you. Everything should happen to him. And you should hit him again.
Do you think that blowing through a four-way stop is a good idea? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Do you have anything to say to him?
First of all, he had Colorado license plates on. You tell me what a hippie's doing down in Alabama, going to Wendy's at 11 o'clock at night. No good. I think that everybody in Alabama should be happy that I got a Coloradorian out of Alabama and totaled his Thunderbird while
So I'm going to go ahead and give myself. I know it was a joke. I'm going to go ahead and give myself a why the fuck did you like this? It was probably funny at the time, but this is pretty stupid.
The last time I saw Jenny was on Facebook, working for some sort of bird sanctuary.
It says Johnny uploaded an album, uploaded a Hooters Girls.
For owls. Thing was, she was never with any animals though. But I was just glad to see she was smiling somewhere, especially when I was fighting in the Middle East. I remember being so scared over there because they said it was this war on terror. But the funny part is, there wasn't much terror at all. We just drove around looking for people with cell phones. And when we found one, I would have to put on this funny suit and play with all these wires. Now, when I left the Middle East, I didn't have much going on either, till I saw there was this man yelling on TV, fighting people for the UFC. So I figured I could do that too, thinking I already just fought terror and such. Thing was, when I went to sign up, I must have spelt my name wrong or checked off the wrong box.
Yo! Oh my god, it says gender female Farina Gump.
Because when I went to fight, I was up against a girl. I tried telling people that something wasn't right, but all these women with bad haircuts kept calling me a hero. And I thought, well, might as well win if people are cheering me on. And since it was so easy, I ended up fighting as many women as I could. Fighting big women, small women, 2 women at once. I fought so many women, I became the first male-female champion. for the UFC.
That was a good one. Oh,
The last time I saw
right.
Jenny, she was on the internet taking photos for some sort of secret website. A lot of people were paying to see them too, but I had no idea she was such a good photographer because tracking down Jenny was one of the most difficult things a man could do. I remember this one time I tried flying down to Florida just to see her, but I got on the wrong flight.
It's Prince Andrew and Kevin Spacey.
Ended up on this fancy private island owned by a man named Jeffrey Epstein.
Is that making a difference?
It looked like he was running some sort of girls' summer camp, but all the camp counselors were these famous presidents and rich celebrities.
All right,
they
we're getting
spent
better.
a lot of time down there too.
Bill Gates,
especially President Clinton. He loved being a camp counselor. It bothered me though that I still couldn't find Jenny, but I kept checking Instagram and saw she was going to all these protests. So I figured I should start going too, you know, hoping to find her and such. And it didn't matter what the protest was for neither, because they all wanted the same thing. You just had to make sure you were wearing the right clothes. I remember one time
they're both saying for freedom. One's Trump, one's a communist rainbow.
Went to this protest at Washington, D.C., and I got to visit the Capitol building. I got to see where Congress worked. And I even got to sit in Nancy Pelosi's chair. They put me on the front page of the news for that.
All right, moving on. What do we got? So what do you guys think? Why isn't this fucking playing? All right, next. What do you guys think of this type of show where we're doing a little less structure? Really? Is this really happening right now? God damn it. Struggle streaming. Yo, for real? Is it? Last time the internet just stopped working. Now fucking the entirety of TikTok is not working. Jesus fucking Christ. Why does the internet hate me? Why, oh why does the internet hate me? Hold on.
I'm not
There we
willing to admit that I was wrong, so I'm going to pretend that I love it and that this was the plan. I'm not willing.
What one am a white
Who thinks that this guy's for real?
Jamaican? How many think you're making fun of Jamaicans? This question here happens a lot more times than I would like to even admit. I used to work in hospitality. Used to. And I'm doing my usual thing, taking care of the guests, speaking, being myself, being jovial, haha, laughing, telling them I'm Jamaican, and you know, we're getting along very good. And in the middle of the meal, this special breed of person jumps up, looks at me and says, "You are effing with us." Loud in the middle of the restaurant. "You are effing with us." Everybody's looking at me and thinking like me take the man wife or something like that. I don't even know what's going on. And before I could even defend myself, him and his wife gone to the manager at the front. I see them arguing up there for a good 10 minutes. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what I told them. I'm completely clueless to the matter. The manager comes back to me and says to me that they think I'm Irish and that they think I'm speaking with a Jamaican accent and that I am culturally appropriating. So he's going to pay for their meal. By this time, I'm a little perturbed because it seemed a bit racist on their end to me.
Yeah,
I look at the manager and say, "What? You're not going to defend me? You never tell him what's going on?" Manager seemed like he never care. All of a sudden, them want to put my job in jeopardy because them feel bad, say I'm speaking like a black man. But then I tell the manager, say me not give a bumbo clot.
Bumbo clot.
Tell them, say me come from Middle Earth or Mars. Them still going to pay for their ass clot meal. Then the manager said they might write a letter. I said, make them write the blood clot letter. Me would frame it and put it on my bumbo clot wall and show the world Him say no, him still a defend them. Then on top of that, invite them to the restaurant the next day. And them come in and smiling on my face like, hi Jonathan, hello. As if them did not try to get me fired to begin with. And that's probably part of the reason why I'm online venting right now. Because I'm tired of getting flagged for bullshit. What?
I can tell you for a fact. I can tell you for a fact that if this guy is acting, he deserves an Oscar. My family is Jamaican, for those of you who don't know. And it's funny because, all my family who lived in Jamaica now lives right around the same area in Florida. So they're around each other a lot. So their accents are still pretty strong. I mean, obviously, they're in America and they've been here for like 30 years. So it's faded, but they definitely have an accent. It's not as sharp as that. But every time we go down there, both of my parents being, my mom being Jamaican, my dad being Trinidadian, similar accent, the Caribbean accent, it always comes back. It always comes back, you know what I mean? Don't you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got James Brown in the building. Do I know patois? I do not. Unfortunately, I do not. I wish I did, but I'm American as fuck. And so, any film is on point. Cherie said, I have never seen a man that looks like him speak with that kind of accent. Out of curiosity, does he actually have an accent or is this just clout? Nope, this is what Jamaican people sound like. So again, I don't know 100% for sure. It could just be some guy. But I would be very surprised. James Brown said, are you 100% Indian on both sides? No. So as I was just saying, my mom's family is from Jamaica for a few generations in Jamaica, ancestrally Chinese. My dad's family is from Trinidad and Tobago for a few generations, ancestrally Indian. So that is where the Indian comes in. And I looked very Asian as a child. I was squinty-eyed motherfucker as a child. But as I got older, my eyes were opened and my skin darkened.
What?
Oh, wait.
If you think about it, there's nothing to appreciate a man for.
All right, let's do it.
This is James A. DeWar, the founder of Little Debbie and the creator of the Twinkie. And these two handsome men are Maurice and Richard McDonald, the original founder of McDonald's. This right here is Ray Kroc, the man most likely who brought a McDonald's to your area through franchising. And
yo, he's going after all the fucking snack foods and junk foods. So again, this is, silly back and forth stuff. But it elevates it to just like, well, men are bad. No, men do that. Instead of it going that way, the creativity is what I appreciate.
And this is David Godel. This man pioneered the way for you to be able to inject a metric fuck ton of insulin into your system to keep your own body breathing, since you decided to destroy it to where it can't even function on its own.
Nope. James, that's the whole kit and caboodle. There is a little bit of Japanese somewhere back on my mom's side, maybe like 5 or 6 generations ago, but I think it was like maybe 2 generations. It's not very prevalent, so I don't really talk about it, but mainly Indian and Chinese, but parents born and raised in the West Indies. That's me. But we get the joke on that one. Got him. Yes! This just reminded me of old school Facebook content. Just relatable stuff. Who is old enough? Who here is old enough to remember that the first version of sharing memes or meme culture that really spread outside the actual pictures of memes? Bonus points if you know what a meme is outside of the context of like an actual internet meme. But before that, when Facebook was just getting going and Facebook was just open to the public, there was pages. Everybody would like a fresh McDonald's Coke with a Big Mac. That would be the page name. And you would just like it. A fresh unwrapping a shrink wrapped toy for the first time or something like that. The most random things would just become pages. And then the evolution is this. So let's this would be a page on Facebook 10 years ago.
Yes! Oh, motorcycle sounds. Oh, man. Fuck this stupid car. I wish you were a motorcycle. Did you hear that? Yeah, I did. Did you hear that? Oh, I fucking heard it, buddy. I heard it. I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. Oh, man, he showed me. Now I'm gay.
Now I'm gay.
Why did you choose that insult? Why do you call people warped?
So if you can't see, this is somebody just warping a tape video, I guess, to get around the algorithms or something. It seems like you can see the captions and understand, but if not, we can skip it. Just let me know.
And it's very, very clear to
Let me
me,
back.
at least. Why did you choose that insult? Why do you call people worms? And it's very, very clear to me, at least, why I call people worms. Worm is a pointless creature. The only reason a worm exists is so that bigger, more important animals can eat something. They don't do anything. They can't see. They sit in the dirt and they just move around in the dirt and they try and hide a little bit and then a bird eats them. And most people live their lives as worms. Most of you are worms. You don't do anything important. You're just living in your shit life, living your little dirt, just sitting there wriggling, hoping an eagle doesn't come along to fuck you up. And if an eagle did come along, you couldn't even defend yourself. A worm has no claws. It hasn't even got like a
We could do
skunk
this.
can spray smelly piss or something. A worm has zero defense.
I'm not familiar. What is memes by I'm Dante? Is that a like an Instagram page or a TikTok page or a YouTube page? Give me a link. I'm Friday night and we're just chilling. I don't have any big message to bestow upon you guys. I figure it's Friday. Let's pour a little drink. Cheers to those who are drinking, and let's have a good time. So yeah, if you want to send a link or something, Discord is open. I'm not really getting vibes on this one, so moving on.
We have announcements and they do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Woke teacher suggests student to pledge to pride flag. Here we go.
I always tell my class, stand if you feel like it, don't stand if you feel like.
Thank you for so much for liking the video. If you have already done so, guys, if you have not, I really appreciate if you would do that.
Say the words if you want, don't have to say the words. So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable. And
it made her uncomfortable. Where to even start? Where to even start? You know how you just said that there's something that made you feel uncomfortable? Well, that's kind of already a part of all of our identities. But you feel entitled to take something that makes other people feel uncomfortable, rightfully or wrongfully. And you don't care if they feel uncomfortable. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
And I packed it away and I don't know where, and I haven't found it yet. But my kid today goes,
oh my god.
Hey, it's kind of weird that we just stand and then, we say it to nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta find it. Like, I'm working on it. I got you.
This is some freedom thought. That's what I call this lady, a freedom
thought.
To me, it's disrespectful.
Shouts to Theo Vaughn.
To be living at a place, and it's not a lot to ask. That when you do the Pledge of Allegiance, if you do that, you have the flag there. It's a small bit to ask. To just show some respect.
And I think the pledge in general is kind of a stupid, culty thing. But then just don't do it. Then just don't do it. Why do you have to desecrate it? If you don't like it, don't do it. Why do you have to now you're pledging to a LGBT flag? That's not weird.
You know, in a country, it's interesting this lady, she's willing to share the freedom of, she's obviously using her freedom of speech, which, I guess she just thinks people automatically get. I'd love to see her make this video in Afghanistan or in maybe,
And see, we got somebody here with a dope name, Thomas Shelby LLC. If you know who Thomas Shelby is, shout out to you. You know what's good. But it said she had a chance to bring her class together as Americans, yet she chose to sow divisiveness among her students. Shame, shame, shame. Really? Again? What the fuck?
We have announcements and they do the
I hate everything. Jesus. So we're probably not gonna watch all of these, and we're probably gonna skip a bunch of these. But I just want to make sure I got enough for y'all's. All right.
It has been a very long time since something I heard it genuinely blew my mind, but this got it, bruh. For those of you who don't know who this is,
have you heard of this?
This is Nora Vincent, the author of the book Self-Made Man. Now, she actually disguised herself as a man for 18 months. The goal was 2 years, but she only did 18 months to see what it was like to be a man. Now, she actually passed on not too long ago at the young age of 53 from assisted you-know-what. Now, David Erhan says this: woman who disguised herself as a man to find out how it is like to live as a man committed S due to the psychological scars of how difficult life was for a man. Nora Vincent, the author of Self-Made Man, has died by assisted S. Nora was a radical feminist who believed men lived on easy mode and tried to prove it by disguising herself as a man for 2 years.
Winner of the internet on this video is Teapot. He said basically she decided to switch up the difficulty mode during mid-game and decided to stop playing because it was too challenging. Oh shit.
Instead, what she found out is men actually have it harder, and wrote a book about her experience. Now, this is the part that legitimately blew my mind. In fact, the experience was so bad she had to stop at 18 months because she started to hate. Dude, that's crazy, bro. Due to how bad all of them treated her when they believed she was a man, and was left with psychological scars that accompanied her all of her life. That is wild. It has been
Yo, these comments never go straight to legendary when you've been living on recruit difficulty. You have to build up your skills. Maybe she realized that when a man is down, there's no such thing as call a friend. You're all on your own. This is definitely a comment from a woman. Can we see? Doesn't say. That's definitely something a woman would say. Or just a loser dude who has no friends. She's good on. I hate the name, but Twercules. She was fighting for us at the end. I read up on her a little. She was damn near one of us. No, she wasn't one of us. Got a hard life. That's really what. And people who are talking about this. Sadly, this video won't reach the correct audience that needs to see it. TikTok algorithm doesn't allow it. I think, ironically, TikTok is more likely to show this to women, specifically women who think that men have life on easy mode, more than an Instagram or a Facebook or a Twitter. But sadly, I do think they are correct because woman's gonna scroll right past that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep scrolling through these, but so just if you have a comment as I move past it, just make sure you let me know which one you're talking about, so which TikTok you're talking about, so I know what you're talking about.
I used to not read my.
All right, $5 Cash App for anybody. We have 3 different TikToks from this girl. I'm going to play all 3 of them through. $5 Cash App to anybody. Make sure it's not in the comments. $5 Cash App to anybody who can name who she is. I don't want to say parodying, mimicking. Who does she sound like?
My
$5.
TikTok comments because I was too scared.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back.
I used to not read my TikTok comments because I was too scared. I just wanted to say some jokes, and then I'd usually leave the app and then not check how any of my videos did. I never read comments because I just assumed that they'd all say, "You are annoying and ugly." And I would get upset because that's my job. But I just looked through a couple of my comment sections, and everybody's just like, "You are hot and funny." That's also my job, but it's a
funny
job I'm okay sharing. I used to not read.
All right, that's one.
I've been watering my fake plant at least
Actually, she's pretty cute. Them green eyes.
once a week because I am clumsy. That is why I have a cactus, because the only
we got a
plant that I
comment.
can keep alive.
Oh, indie film is the winner. Yes. And it's pretty obvious if you know. I didn't know who would know. If you don't know, now you know. Check out some Mitch Hedberg if you are not familiar with Mitch Hedberg. But yes, Mitch Hedberg had a very unique style of stand-up comedy where he would just have these very almost like Seinfeld-esque type observations. And he was just this drug dude. And fuck it, why not play some Mitch Hedberg then? The tennis ball is my favorite one. But nope, not Comedy Central. F Comedy Central. Best show ever, best of.
I like rice. Rice is great when you're hungry and you want 2,000 of something. All right. Yeah. My mom loves those applause breaks. Refried beans. I like refried beans. That's why I want to try fried beans, because maybe they're just as good and we're wasting time. I went to a pizzeria. I ordered a slice of pizza. The dude gave me the smallest slice possible. If the pizza was a pie chart for what people would do if they found $1 million, this dude gave me the donate it to charity slice. I would like to exchange this for the keep it. I tried to walk into Target, but I missed. I think the entrance to Target should have people splattered all around. I was walking by a dry cleaner at 3 a.m. and the sign said, "Sorry, we're closed." You don't have to be sorry. It's 3 a.m. and you're a dry cleaner. It would be ridiculous for me to expect you to be open. I'm not going to walk in at 10 and say, "Hey, man, I walked by at 3. You guys were closed. Somebody owes me an apology."
This is all from one set.
I've been working. Hey, that's right.
Before we continue, actually, hold on.
You guys did that for my mom. I find that Duck's opinion of me is...
Before we continue, as a former addict, let's take a moment of silence for probably the best white comedian ever. Mitch Hedberg did die of a heroin overdose. That sucks. All right, get back to it.
Very much influenced over whether or not I have bread. A duck loves bread, but he does not have the capability to buy a loaf. That's the biggest joke on the duck ever. Like if I worked at a convenience store and a duck came in and grabbed a loaf of bread with his beak and walked out, I'd let him go. I said, "Come back tomorrow, bring your friends." I bought a 2-bedroom house, but it's up to me how many bedrooms there are, though, isn't it? This bedroom has an oven in it. This bedroom has a lot of people sitting around watching TV.
Yo!
This bedroom is AKA a hallway. This bedroom's over in that guy's house. Sir, you have one of my bedrooms.
Let's do this.
If you're watching a parade, make sure you stand in one spot. Don't follow it. It never changes. And if you don't like the parade, run in the opposite direction. You will fast forward the parade.
So again, real quick, I just want to point out to you guys that, I just want to point out to you guys that we can, the style of show that I normally do, where we have a podcast or something like that, where we go through and I'm breaking it down, I'm doing all that. That's kind of what I do, because that's just what I do. If you prefer a show where like, hey, let's check this out. Hey, let's check that out. Hey, let's check this out. I can't necessarily like on the spot be like, oh, okay, let's do that. But that's what the Discord is for. If you guys have enough, especially Fridays, we can just do. I mean, there's no. I'm the supreme leader here, and I want to do what you guys want to do. So if you're enjoying this type of show, especially if you're enjoying this type of show more than the typical type of show, please let me know, and please supply me with stuff that you want me to react to.
You know what, man? I got a parrot. The parrot talked, but it did not say I'm hungry, so it died. I like sandwiches, but I hate sandwiches at New York delis. There's too much meat on the sandwich. It's like a cow with a cracker on either side.
I love a meaty sandwich. I hate when a sandwich is too much bread.
What would you like? A pastrami sandwich? Anything else? Yeah, a loaf of bread and some other people?
That's a good joke.
You know, I order the club sandwich all the time, and I'm not even a member, man. I don't know how I get away with it. I like my sandwiches with 3 pieces of bread. So do I.
Halfway through.
Well, let's form a club. This pass, because it helps me know when.
I think this is his final set. I'm pretty sure this was his final set. Jared asked, do you know that show My 3 Sons? That'd be funny if it was called My One Dad. I'm not familiar with My 3 Sons. So, that's probably a good joke, but I'm sorry that I ruined it because I don't know the show. If anybody else does, I hope you enjoyed Jared's joke, but I'm sorry for ruining it.
When I'm upside down. Hello. I like to wear this pass because it helps me know when I'm upside down. This shirt is dry clean.
No, this is it. This is his last show.
Only, which means it's dirty. All right. Dry clean only, all right? All right, I'm ready to go. I had an apartment in Los Angeles, and I had a neighbor, and whenever he would knock on my wall, I knew he wanted me to turn my music down, and that made me angry because I like loud music. So when he knocked on the wall, I'd mess with his head. I'd say, go around. I cannot open the wall. I don't know if you have a doorknob on the other side, but over here, there's nothing.
Cheers.
I like Kit Kats unless I'm with 4 or more people. When I wear t-shirts, I can only wear V-necks because my neck is very fragile. I cannot wear a regular neck shirt. It hurts. And I especially hate turtlenecks. Like wearing a turtleneck is like being strangled by a really weak guy. All damn day. Like if you wear a turtleneck and a backpack, it's like a weak midget trying to bring you down. teeth were white until I washed my face with Noxzema. They are off-white. I'm not even white. I'm off-white.
I think I'm just too young. Or maybe I don't take a good enough care of my face. What is Noxzema? Is it like the pads, or was it like a wash? I know. I mean, help me out.
The new race, we will prevail.
It's okay to be off-white.
I saw a commercial on late night TV. It said, "Forget everything you know about slipcovers." So I did. And it was a load off my mind. Then the commercial tried to sell slipcovers, but I didn't know what the hell they were. You guys are cool, man. I wrote a script and I gave it to a guy who reads scripts, and he read it and he said he really likes it, but he thinks I need to rewrite it. I said, fuck that. I'll just make a copy. I went to the doctor. All he did was suck blood from my neck. Do not go see Dr. Acula.
Funny story. There was a band from around my parts. I don't know. I don't think they were from my town, but they were in the scene, and they were called Dr. Acula.
I like to take a toothpick and throw it in the forest and say, "You're home." I get up in the morning, I make myself a bowl of instant oatmeal, and then I don't do anything for an hour. Which makes me wonder why I need the instant oatmeal.
Yeah. That is... So I smoke weed before I go to sleep. So sometimes I get hungry in bed. So usually, I have this electric kettle and instant oats and some syrup within reach of my bed. This time, I went to reorder, and I didn't get the instant ones. So I have just 5 things of regular ass oats that I gotta fucking come down here and cook if I actually want them. Just seen all his specials and listened to his comedy albums. Mitch was so fucking hilarious. Yeah, what a loss. What a loss. Whenever, comedians specifically, whenever we lose, hey, Alex, what is good? Thank you for coming through, brother. Always appreciate you. Always, always, always. But you know, it's always such a loss when we get when a prolific comedian is lost. You know, when I think of Patrice O'Neill, Mitch Hedberg, George Carlin, what was his name? Not Eddie Murphy, his brother, Charlie Murphy. Like, I would love to hear what all these guys have to say about everything that's going on. All right, last joke, I think, and then back to the...
I could get the regular oatmeal and feel productive.
Yep. Shout out to Mitch Hedberg. I'm gonna play this, but if anybody doesn't like it, just tell me skip. Oh, come on. Is this gonna be the
I've
thing?
been watering my fake plant at least once a week because
Fuck you! God damn it!
Asking Christians to read the Bible.
Do you want to skip her or keep going? Let me know. No. Struggle. Streaming, it's what I do. Why do you watch me?
I've been watering my fake plant at least once a week because I am clumsy. That is why I have a cactus, because the only plant that I can keep alive is a plant that I can keep alive accidentally. I like a cactus because a cactus is not a complainer. Other plants are like, my dirt has too much nutrients. Now I am brown. A cactus is like the karate of plants. Very cool to look at, but don't touch because it'll hurt you. I've been watering my fake... I've never understood comparing cats and dogs. They're both just
Yes.
four-legged pieces of furniture that take advantage of you. I have a cat. He's basically just a decorative cushion that complains. Comparing cats and dogs is like comparing a West 49 to an Old Navy. Although they're in the same field, they share very little similarities. I think the biggest difference comes down to the fact that if I saw a cat loose in my neighborhood, I would assume that she knows where she's going. I'm not even going to bother her because she seems responsible. But if I saw a loose dog, that's like seeing a toddler unattended at a gas station. Like, is there a number I should call? Where is your owner? Also, my cat is awesome, and much more than a decorative cushion. I'm sorry I said that. If this motherfucker was a human, he'd be 62. He'd get a senior discount. Why are you still living in my house? I've never...
So Cherise says, I want to mention something. Are you aware not only white women have green... yeah, of course. Of course. Well, no, I've only ever seen white women, so I have no idea what black or brown women look like. Do they have 3 eyes? Or no? Yes, I'm very much aware of this.
Never understood comparing cats and dogs. They're...
All right, so going back into some serious stuff. Let's see what we think.
Jesse and I are not PC. And one of the first times we ever hung out where I realized we were going to get along real well was, I don't remember the exact conversation, but I remember that at some point the concept of Africa came up and Jesse said,
"Fuck Africa, they sold us anyway."
And I had never heard a black person say that. Or she's just like, no, they sold us. And she's right.
They did.
Okay? And most black people don't want to take any responsibility for that. It's like, oh, yeah, it takes 2, okay? They want to put all the blame on the white people. Now, here's the deal. You want to talk about history? History is that Africa was so good at creating slaves that they had enough slaves to sell slaves to the entire world. That is a harsh fact that Africa simply did that most people don't want to admit.
That's something that has become talked about a lot more recently. It's something that I never even thought about. Never even thought about it. In school, we were taught about the African slave trade. And somehow, they seem to just skip over the part of who was selling the slaves. Now, of course, it's a like, do I really need to reassure you that I'm not in favor of slavery just because I'm pointing this out? Maybe you operate on that level. Might not be the channel for you. But it's true. Who sold the slaves to America? She said, my family has many people with blue and green eyes. And no, we're not white. Well, aren't you though? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm very familiar with the there was, oh man. Let's see if anybody else had this in science class. Oh man. There was like a little cartoon. Oh. Do you guys remember this thing about recessive traits and what's the dominant traits and recessive traits? Hold on. It's not there. Character? I'm not gonna be able to find it. There was a little blue guy that they used to teach us about recessive and dominant traits. All right, I guess I'm not gonna.
Especially in this PC culture.
Yep.
And I know it's hard to hear.
Yo, what's her number like?
But it's the truth. Was slavery wrong?
Yes.
Hell yeah, it was wrong. It was damn wrong. Did white people invent slavery? No. Slavery had been around since people have been around. And Africa had lots and lots of slaves. And you can make up any excuses you want. Say, well, it took white people to buy them. Yeah, because white people, we travel down, we run across this coast, And all of a sudden, we run into the first tribes in West Africa, and the king goes, "Hey, let's do some trading. I got all of this over here."
All right, we get it. Moving on. So it says, guys that don't cheat. What are you doing right now? Another $5 Cash App. Do I still have it up here? No, I do later. Another $5 Cash App. If you can guess, my judgment, if you can guess generally where this is going, and there are clues on the screen. It's 10:07 right now. Well, no, it just changed, so I was going to wait. But if you can determine where this is going, we got homegirl here with guys that don't cheat. What are you doing right now? If you can guess where this is going, it's only 12 seconds long, so you better hurry up. $5 Cash App. Type it in the chat. Just a general idea of where this is going. We're going to start. I'll give you that second over. That's a dope tattoo, actually. I fucks with it. All right. Once it's on the screen, offer goes away.
Oh, take me back to the night.
Was I not clear, woman? We are forging weapons for Gondor!
One more time.
Was I not clear, woman? We are forging weapons for Gondor!
And that's facts. Like, most guys are not out here just trying to fuck you over. That's simply not how we operate. Well, you don't have to know exactly, but if you had said a guy doing something like a weird hobby, that would have worked. Hey, you already won $5. Stop bitching. But yeah, I mean, it's the women like this have an idea of what men are based on the men that they interact with. And fine, even with the filter, she's a very pretty girl. But there's no way that you have any clue what an average dude does with any of their time. Yeah, I mean?
Google.
All right, this is another one. This is another one where I'm not really sure how you guys are going to feel about it. So let's get a rating. And if necessary, a skip.
Earth, where you can travel vicariously through the internet for free and also stalk someone if you have their address. As I Google Earth my surroundings, I wonder what other cool places could I find. Here's what I found. A giant triangle. I feel bad for whoever had to do the geometry on that sucker. A guitar forest. At this forest, if a tree does fall and no one's around, legend says you can hear it. An island in a lake, and an island in a lake.
An island in a
What
lake.
looks to be a crime scene on NCIS or CSI, whatever, but happens to be part of a park. I used to have neighbors that were a-holes too. Some big-ass seahorse-looking monster thing. A big old silly rabbit. Really makes me want a bowl of Trick cereal. And a maze-zing shamrock maze. They call this location the face of Satan, which is concerning because I can see the resemblance. Now that's what I call a bloodbath. A message to any friendly aliens who come our way. And a nice pair of plump, luscious lips. Do with that what you will.
Sri asked, do you only find white women, I assume you mean attractive, do you only find white women attractive, or do you find black women beautiful as well? I don't discriminate. I haven't been with a black woman, but that's just how things have played out. Yeah, no, that's how things played out. I don't know. What did you guys think? What did you guys think of that? Because she's, you know, her. I looked through her channel. I loved it, and I went through a whole bunch of her videos, and she like she has this dry tone. I really enjoyed it, but just curious what you thought. Again, just bringing a different perspective on how to use something as ubiquitous as Google Earth, and it really is a tool that you can do so many different things with. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm Kamala, okay, Harris. All these people, okay, are mad. They're mad at us for forgiving student loans. And when they're mad, it's funny because they have anger, okay? Anger at money being forgiven. But we're not gonna hold the money to a grudge, okay? We're gonna forgive the money so that the money will be forgiven, okay? And people
How
are
accurate.
mad, and you're mad because...
So the rating on this is not how good the TikTok is, it's how accurate the impression is.
Because you're angry, okay? And you're angry because it's money that's being forgiven. And honestly, that makes less sense than the speech I just gave. Shut up. Okay, bye-bye.
Welcome to pro-choice people arguing for things that pro-life people want. Let's get started. If abortion gets banned, hookup culture will be absolutely decimated. What woman would want to have mediocre sex with a drunk rando if he could potentially father their child?
Bing, bing,
Yeah,
bing,
a lot
bing.
of us are actually cool with no more hookup culture. It's not exactly a mystery. If the number of people having sex when they're not ready to have a baby is going down, we're kind of okay with that. And a lot of us are definitely cool with women raising their standards to only a man who is willing to be a father of their child. I think we're okay with that. So yeah, 10 out of 10 idea. Let's rock and roll. Dear men in America, child support now kicks in at conception. A lot of us are really excited about this one too. I guess I can't speak for literally every single pro-life person, but generally I think we want people to take more responsibility for their actions, not less, especially actions that are designed to bring new living human beings into the world.
Now there's definitely an aspect of this where you obviously paying more child support is not something that I want to put on men. But what he's saying is something I agree with. The act of implementing these cultural norms, I think, is a good thing. Oh, come on. Yo, what the fuck?
Welcome to pro-choice people arguing for things that pro-life people want. Let's get started. Welcome to pro-choice people arguing
what
for
the
things
fuck is
that
happening?
I guess I can't speak for
I hate the internet.
Pro-life people want. Let's get started.
I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Ride with me, struggle, struggle, streaming. Struggle, streaming, struggle, struggle, streaming. Struggle, 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 streaming.
There's a new dance craze that's really fun. It's called the Biden, and here's how it's done. First, walk away from the podium, then stop real fast and look real dumb. Take a step, point to the floor. Take another step, but don't take no more. Drop your hands to the side, about face, then stare blankly into space. You got it. Step back and reverse. Touch your coat, touch your shirt. Now walk away slow so you don't get hurt, then grab some ice cream for dessert. There's a new dance craze that's really fun. It's called the Biden.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I just finished my...
So this is something, this video we talked about in one of our streams. I don't remember, but I believe it is worth revisiting. Any film loved that one.
Freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years. And I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools. Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education.
Beast!
I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. the principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important they are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. Now, members of the board, I know you haven't been to school in a while, and I know none of you or most of you don't have any kids left in the school district. But you must admit how uncomfortable it will be to be characterized just by your skin color on the first day of school and be thought that you were wrong just because of your skin color. So I'll never forget the look one of my friends gave me from across the room as we were sitting there listening to this blatant bias being expressed in the so-called equity statement by the leader of our school. To be clear, I don't need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races and leaving just one race out, inevitably you'll start to feel like you've done something wrong.
Since this stuff has become prevalent, everybody that I listen to has been predicting that all that this is going to do is actually, all this, whether you want to call it CRT or not, you know what the fuck we're talking about. This shit. All it's going to do is make white kids mad that they're not included in the groups. And so when you have a downtrodden group, like post-World War Germany, then that group tends to come together and look at everybody else as an enemy. But nothing to worry about.
And in our principal's attempt to unify us, he instead created unwarranted boundaries and barriers between his students, pitting us against each other based on characteristics that we can't control. In another separate instance, I was told that writing "All Lives Matter" on the whiteboard was political and could be seen as offensive.
He should have wrote, "It's okay to be white."
When I questioned the teacher after class, she told me that she didn't have an answer and she just had to erase it, and it was quickly erased.
Did she though?
There are political signs all over RHS, about specific races that matter, specific sexual orientations that matter, and specific perspectives that matter. But when I questioned the RHS administration about how these signs were political, they told me that they were supporting human rights. So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive.
Is it
And when I asked why that was, they told me, quote, "Whites have a pretty good situation right now."
That's racist.
Unquote. So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely because of the color of my skin? To be honest, after enduring a year of the people in charge telling me that I'm a racist and I'm privileged and pointing out our irreversible differences, I've never noticed race more.
I've never noticed race more. That's exactly what we want for our young children, right?
And it's becoming the first thing I notice when I meet someone, which is...
It's becoming the first thing I notice.
Has never before been the case. RHS administration confidently told me that RHS students and staff are happy with their equity statement. But from my experience in talking with other students, this is not the case. I know many kids who disagree with their teachers, but they're too scared to stand up because they're worried that their grades will be docked and their learning experience will be affected.
Bitch! Fight up! That's why this kid is based.
My honors government teacher...
He can't be over, 14, maybe 15? And he's going in. And he's not being a dick. He's not being a whiny child. I'm sure he had some help with the speech. But he's going in. He's doing the damn thing.
I'm not going to say his name, but he's mentioned that Democrats care more about all people, while Republicans only care about themselves. And he's also inferred to us that socialism is better than democracy. He even had a statue.
Is it though? I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
He had a statue of a socialist leader in his classroom.
Gay!
I've been told by a lot of kids that they just stay silent and adjust their schoolwork to reflect an acceptable opinion to secure a good grade. I've been approached by multiple teachers who have told me in private that they just want to say that they agree with me and they support me standing up, but they can't say it in front of the class for fear of being disciplined by the administration in some way or losing their jobs. There is clearly only one way to think in this district, and that is that they are teaching their kids to shut up if they don't agree. Now, members of the board, I want you to take a good look at your...
Think about what you just said. Shut up if you don't agree. I remember specifically 2017, when people like Milo Yiannopoulos and Ben Shapiro would go to do speaking events at Berkeley. Berkeley, for those of you who are too young, that was the bastion of free speech. The not the Coast Guard, the fucking I think it was the National Guard. Somebody who indie film, somebody's older than me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the National Guard was sent in to shut down protests for the Vietnam War, and they killed a kid. That's what Berkeley was known for until 2017. And I remember laughing so smugly, looking down my nose at these silly children. I'm like, oh, I can't wait till they meet the real world. When they get into the real world, they're going to have a rude awakening. Joke's on me. Oh, that was Kent State? Well, I mean, okay. But same shit. Thank you, Eddie. So it wasn't at Berkeley, but still, Berkeley was definitely considered a very liberal college, and I mean, it still is. But point being, liberal, that word has been changed and does not mean what it used to mean. So my point was, I was laughing at these college kids at the time that they were going to. Okay, so I was half right. I was laughing at those the kids in 2017 entering the real world. Yet the joke was on me as they fucking took over. That begs the question. For Gen Z, are these the kids who are going to become influential? Or is it going to be everyone else? It's scary to think about. Like I said, this was last year. This was over a year ago. And this kid can't be younger than 13. So we're very close to all of his classmates who are too scared to speak up about overt racism. They're going out into the real world. And we know the machine is doing what it does. It is still turning. What I won't do is make the same mistake I did with my own generation. And think that just because my generation has so many stupid ideas permeating so deeply that eventually the status quo, the normalcy bias I had, that they'll just get into the world and they will assimilate. I'm afraid. But I am hopeful. I am hopeful that Gen Z will do better than the millennials.
Yourselves in the mirror tonight and ask, are you really standing up for the equality of all people, or are you just pushing a damaging political ideology on our students? A fellow coworker at my job, who by the way is of color,
so he's got a job, so he's at least 15, more likely 16.
Discreetly told me that the schools seem to be pushing a very leftist agenda in class.
No.
This proved that not everyone is happy with your school, and not everyone who isn't happy is white. Now, due to all these instances I've mentioned and many more that I can't fit in this 5-minute speech, I've decided to leave this district and continue school on a private Christian school online.
And that's what happens. The political zealots do what they do, and then it either turns people into followers of their cult, or it turns people away and they go to a different cult. As a very strong atheist, as someone who identifies as an anti-theist, I don't know how we got to a world where I think it is better for kids to have right-wing religious values than to have left-wing dogmatic values. I don't know how we got here.
And there will be sacrifices, and I will not get to walk in the graduation ceremony or attend milestones at RHS, but I will be able to learn in an environment that is not intent on punishing me daily for my skin color and political views. Now, regardless how you take my speech, whether you just shrug it off as malarkey or Fox News talking points,
okay, so it definitely, obviously somebody helped him with the speech, because a kid like that is not using malarkey out of nowhere, and of course that is a Bidenism. So, but I think the point stands. I think the point stands. I certainly think that these are his ideas, just punched up probably by his parents or his uncle or whatever. But I don't know how many of them are out there. I think a lot of them feel the way that this kid does. How could they not? They see all of their classmates, or so many of their classmates, diving into this gender bender stuff. I don't know.
I encourage you to think about it, because someday I'm going to be a leader. I may be the president, a governor, or just a professional golfer, but I will never stop believing that everybody has value, no matter their skin color or personal beliefs.
Or a golfer.
And it's a shame that you're not going to be able to say that I was an alumni of RHS in District 196. Thank you.
Great speech from that
So
kid.
this guy stitched my video talking about the movie The Woman King, and holy shit was he angry. He basically tried to say that the reason I don't like the movie is that it's a black story. Surprise, surprise, somebody's playing the race card. And he said that since I haven't seen the movie, I couldn't possibly talk about what's portrayed in it or whether or not they give an accurate historical telling. Dude, you are aware that every movie that's out has a full synopsis online. I can read this and know everything that happened in the movie.
Do you guys know? Do you guys know this? Like the Woman King movie and what's going on with all that? I mean, do we need to stop and explain that stuff, or are we up to date? Let me know.
Movie without giving them my money. So since you tried to claim, even though you haven't seen the movie, that they do give an accurate portrayal of how horrible the Dahomey tribe was, I'm going to go over that synopsis for you and show you how wrong you are. See, it starts out with the female general played by Viola Davis leading the Agoji, which is the all-women warriors, to liberate slaves from the Oyo Empire. They didn't do that. The Dahomey were the slavers. It talks about her training a new generation of warriors to join the Agoji. See, they're trying to make them out to be the Dora Milaje. However, they're so not like the Dora Milaje that Lupita Nyong'o was originally supposed to be in this movie as her daughter. But once Lupita learned the history of the Dahomey, she immediately walked away from the movie.
Shouts to her. That's two females of Wakanda that I am down for the cause. Tisha was an Inte Jabber, and I'm sorry, I forgot. Is this Lupita? I'm with her.
And said she
Shouts
couldn't
to her.
participate in the glorification of such horrible people. But back to the synopsis. It talks about European slavers arriving because of an alliance with the Oyo. But that's not why the Dahomey fought. See, the Dahomey didn't fight European slavers. The Dahomey fought against Europeans who were trying to end slavery in Africa. The Dahomey fought the French tooth and nail to keep their slaves so they could keep slaving all of their local tribes. It talks about how the Oyo were led by General Oba Ade. And Viola Davis says that she was captured by Oba as a child, raped and impregnated, which again wasn't something the Oyo did. It was something the Dahomey tribe did. So again, they're painting themselves as the good guy and going against an enemy that did.
All right, I'm getting bored. Nobody's talking about it, so let's move on.
Andrew Tate deserved to get banned.
Why do you think that?
Because he was teaching boys to be misogynistic to women.
Don't women have role models that tell them men are trash and hate men?
Men deserve
No,
Okay. So why is it an issue when men finally get a role model saying ignore women and focus on yourself?
I'm sorry, did I hear a trash bag talking?
You have the exact same role model.
No!
He was doing it as a
You're
joke.
wrong.
Your role model is serious. How do you
Menstruation cycle? Andrew Tate does.
You know what? You take your problem.
There's this viral video.
I really hope that you guys can appreciate this. The caption is POV, the youth pastor sees the corn video. I don't know what the corn video is, but I don't think it matters.
Going around on TikTok about this kid who's talking about corn. And the video was so funny, in fact, that people decided to make it into a song. So I listened to it and it was hilarious, and you gotta watch it for yourself. But a couple things stood out to me. The first one was that the kid said he didn't even believe corn was real until he tried it, until he tasted it, until he experienced it. Another thing that he said was that when he tried it with butter, everything changed. Everything changed. I thought that was funny. And if I could have the band come up, please. You see, the thing is, maybe you are a lot like this kid. Maybe the reason you believe the gospel isn't real is because you haven't experienced it yet. You haven't tasted it. You haven't experienced it and known it to be true and accepted it yet. But I can tell you that when you do accept it, everything will change. Temptation now becomes freedom in Christ. The things of the world that you desired, you now deserve the things of God. And death now becomes life in his resurrection. Everything will change. The kid said it right. Corn has the juice, but the Bible has the truth. There's this viral video going around on TikTok.
My uterus is not a toaster oven for making white evangelical. So I don't know if you know this or not, but you don't actually make Pop-Tarts in the toaster oven. You just heat them up in the toaster oven because the Pop-Tart is already made by the time you put it in the toaster oven. It just needs to be heated up. Kind of like by the time you get an abortion, the living human being has already been created and you're just killing that human being.
I don't remember. I don't remember this one. Hold on.
What's going on, boss? What's going on?
Oh. Okay. I do remember this one. So we're getting back into serious shit. I am going to be personally offended if I don't get any opinions, any comments with your opinions on what is going on. So the top here, I'm going to start over. Top here said demons don't die. They just get stronger without help. Something about repost, but this is a veteran in the car. Let's see if you can, because I can't say that. Let's see if we can.
What's going on, boss? What's going on?
A motherfucker with the VA
Okay.
for suicide.
All right. Hey, I got you, man. All right.
Can you guys hear or see the captions? Do you need me to what's the word? Fucking read it.
What branch you in?
Army.
Army? All right. Hey, my name's Kyle.
Army, yeah.
All right. We'll help you out. All right, bud? I'm here with you. All right? I'm going to start an ambulance over here to us, okay? All right, bud? Hey, no. Hey, if I send you, it's nothing on you, okay? State of Connecticut covers that. All right?
He said he couldn't afford an ambulance. That's what this man was worried about. Read the captions. All right, let's. So basically, all right, we'll start it back up. So we've got So this is a body cam video. So it's cop walking up to the truck.
What's going on, boss?
What's going on, boss?
What's going on?
Rolls down the window. He said, "I'm on the phone with the VA hotline for self-deletion."
The VA hotline.
Okay.
For suicide.
All right. Hey, I got you, man. All right. What branch you in?
Army.
Army?
He's in
All right.
the
Hey, my
Army.
name's Kyle. All right, we'll help you out. All right, bud? I'm here with you. I'm here with you, all right? I'm going to start an ambulance over here to us, okay?
He said, the cop said, I'm going to send an ambulance over to us.
All right, bud?
And the vet said, I can't afford that. He's on the fucking phone with the self-deletion hotline through the VA. And then are we back? Okay, good. That's what he's thinking about. He said, I can't afford that. Come on. So he said, if I send you, it's nothing on you. We take care of that. State of Connecticut. I asked him to step out of the car. He said yes. Calling for the ambulance. You can hear how frantic he is. He's like hyperventilating. And right out the gate, here's my ID. And the cop says, do you have anything on you? I said, no. All right, if I check you. From one deployment. One deployment. Thank you, Indie Film. See, I mean, you didn't, yeah, we didn't really miss anything. He came out, you know, this is obviously just a good, normal guy who clearly, from one deployment, has been put into the state. Again, let me, I attach the sound, so let me know if we're good. Of course it's going to freeze. Of course it's going to freeze! Why would it play while we're in the middle of fucking...
Okay, dude. Tough time for everyone in your position, all right?
Tough time for everyone in your position.
Relax, though. Hey, I'm here with you, okay?
Relax. I'm here.
Yeah.
And just ask him for a hug. Just ask him for a hug. Come on. Oh my God. This is the worst website in the fucking world. It's not the computer. Really? Well, I mean, anybody, I mean, nobody has an opinion on that?
One.
Now look, he just goes in for a hug.
Tough time for
Last thing he
everyone in
says.
your position, all right? Relax, though. Hey, I'm here with you, okay?
He says, right here, can I have a hug?
Here. Yeah.
Can I have a hug? From a fucking Army veteran. How is this not something that we can do? How is it that we can send billions of dollars and resources to other countries, but our own countrymen are literally blowing their fucking brains out? I don't know. I guess nobody has an opinion on that.
I cannot believe that.
So it says talking to left wingers after Roe v. Wade was overturned as a libertarian. Anyone says super risky for the cop to give a guy a hug. Yeah, maybe. But also, I would risk it. What? I mean, I would absolutely risk that. The guy's just sitting on the side of the road. Yeah, obviously he's in a frantic state, but he's shown no signs of wanting to be violent towards anybody. He's already talking to the VA. The guy just needs a hug. The guy's clearly dealing with some shit. Is there anybody here who has been in the military? I definitely have not. I'd be curious if yeah, let me know. So this one is talking to left-wingers after Roe v. Wade was overturned as a libertarian.
I cannot believe that Roe v. Wade was overturned. It should be an individual's right to determine what medical procedures are performed on their body. So you're saying the government's overstepping its bounds and interfering on our personal freedoms? I mean, what could we do about that, you know? Like, what could we do to make that stop happening, you know? Well, obviously, there should be federal legislation mandating that all 50 states be legally required. You were right there.
You were right there.
I cannot believe that.
No, we're still not playing. We're still doing this bullshit. I don't understand. I don't understand. Play the fucking video. I hate this website. I hate this website so much.
Well, say the example of there are some transgender people who want...
I hate this website so much. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm going to be a little bit more... let's go from the top, actually. Let's go from the top. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Let's do... This is just a good one that everybody who's ever had a bad boss.
Bad boss, there's no mercy here. Will, please call me as soon as you can. I received your email. I understand you're upset, but resigning is not the best choice here. You made your point. You can have today off if you call me and let me know when we can expect you.
Oh, you made your point. So all the guy was asking for was a day off.
This is ridiculous. Do you know what this will do to the company and me? Just call me and we will figure out your vacation, but we need things done by Friday. Why won't you answer your phone? Your wife too? HR needs to talk to you. Just left a meeting. If this doesn't get done, we'll be penalized, and that comes out of bonus and pay increase.
This is specifically for any of you who are company men. This is for you.
That'll be on you, and everyone will know. By now, we're assuming you resigned because you were losing your vacation. Call me by 3, and we'll roll it over to next year. But you still need to work Thursday and Friday. Kurt sent a corrupt file, and we used your documentation to process it manually. You gotta help us. Call me. Dude, log in and help us. Fix this. Name your price. People's jobs are on the line. I'll be happy to return for $80 an hour, $5,000 immediate sign-on bonus, and 6 weeks PTO. Send that in writing, and I'll get started right away. Come on, I don't get paid that much. Why do you deserve it? Knock it off and be a team player. Save this company. Pick up your phone. I need to know the reports. We don't want to get fined. Not even a counter offer. No one knows how to fix this. Log back in. Fix Kurt's mistake. We are family too, you know. Stop calling my dad. He has nothing to do with this. I resigned. I didn't die. We called your emergency contact to make sure you're okay. Congrats, Will. You cost the firm $19K. Lesson learned. Now pick up your phone and we'll talk a reasonable offer. But you need to fix this now.
And this is the reason why, no matter how cool you think your boss is, that you need to understand that your work is not your family. That no matter how much there's company culture and all that good stuff, that at the end of the day, they will do this because you wanted a day off.
Now, pick up the phone. HR wants to do your exit interview. Answer your phone! For $10,000, I'll fix the file and train the team using my existing documentation. The answers are all there. I spent months prepping everyone for this before I took my vacation. Let's be clear. This is happening because you all spent that time dragging your heels and not delivering what I needed. I can make the fix tonight, but I'm not doing any further work on recurring reports. Is that some kind of joke? Here are your priorities. Fix the daily reports, complete the integration, train the team as a backup. How long will it take to do this? What do you mean? I resigned today. I don't have priorities or projects. If you want me to return, I gave you my offer. You should be a better businessman and give us 2 weeks. We all make sacrifices. This department needs you. Next year, maybe you shouldn't ask off this same time. Just laugh it off and log on. Pick up your phone. It's me in HR. Telling off your bad boss. There's no mercy here. We'll...
Wait, wrong way.
Your opinion is that humans don't have rights until they're wanted. Like if humans aren't useful, genocide. That's, I mean, yeah, I know.
That's such a Zoomer woman answer.
So is like Mein Kampf your favorite book?
Actually, not even just a feminist answer.
Mein Kampf? Hitler, his argument is generally, you know, if people aren't useless, F them. That's, I mean, I've read Mein Kampf. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that are like into population control and getting rid of useless idiots and stuff like that. It's a popular view among non-Christians. Yeah. I know. I think humans have rights.
I just have a feeling that, like, I don't want to think about it in that way, and therefore that's how reality is now. That's how the world works, right?
Little. They have rights when they're big. She wanted to take that just to rip it up. That's okay. Thank you for talking. It's fine. Your opinion is.
Oh, I am glad I started from the top. This is really sad. This is a story that the left wing will tell you does not exist or is rare. Doesn't matter that, you know, Slash Martian through RPay is rare. But you don't have to worry about people like this, according to the left.
I can't believe this happened. I ruined my life. When you break it down, I decided that I didn't want to be a woman before I had ever even experienced being a woman. I had no idea what being a woman was like because I was a child.
You don't say. So wait a minute. Are you telling me? You are telling me that a child has no frame of reference for what it feels like to be adult of any gender? Is that what you're telling me? Come on. Let's just give it a minute.
And now I feel like I will never entirely know. I want to say that I really feel like some people in the trans community and the trans medicalists and the doctors really, really target the most vulnerable of us. I have borderline personality disorder, and I know for a fact that this is the reason for my transition. It's a very difficult mental illness, and one of the core features is not having any sense of self or identity.
Well, isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? That somebody who has a legitimate medical disorder that makes them feel like they don't have an identity. Well, we've got the perfect solution. Just make one up and make it centered around changing the physiology of your body.
And my doctors knew this. I told them, even though they didn't ask, that I had been diagnosed with BPD. And it was all fine to them. I wasn't happy as a girl, so that meant I was a boy and I was trans. And so
That's it.
I just took the cure that was handed to me. I was told that I was being given a cure, and I wouldn't want to kill myself anymore. And it wasn't true. No, I didn't want to cry in this video, but this is such a hard thing to talk about. I
really want to see the comments.
I lost.
All right, let's take a look at the comments. So we got support. Let's see. Because you know there's going to be somebody. Everyone deserves a voice. How many problems have grown because everyone thinks they matter? Jesus Christ. Okay. Doctors should have their license removed and charges brought. All right. So this looks like it's another one of those videos that's only going to be seen by people like us and not the people who actually need to see it. Yeah. The world lost experimenting to figure out things and just made it into full-blown change. You're gonna be okay. Just be you. Yeah. What happened to that? Just be you. What happened to being okay in your own skin? I don't know. I find that extremely sad.
It's one of a kind.
Oh, we're getting into religious shit.
For those of you who don't know, the mechanical translation of the Bible, it's a man that wanted the Bible in English, but as close to the Hebrew meaning as possible. And he was told that one didn't exist because it would read very mechanically, that you have to put filler words in there to make a sentence. And
Christians, are you paying attention?
he didn't care about that. He just wanted it as close to as close to Hebrew, but still in English. So he set out, he and others who helped him, he's just the one credited on the cover. He set out to make just that, and that's why it's called the mechanical translation. And I'm going to share with you a couple verses just to give you an idea. I'm going to contrast it with the 1611 King James and read the different verses, and you can see the significant difference in what God is actually saying. And I'm going to start at Genesis.
So this is King James.
This is chapter 3. So Genesis 3, verse 19. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. So that's Genesis, verse 3. Or I'm sorry.
Really? Nobody's gonna hit that poll? Like, come on. You don't answer in the comments. I put up a poll. All you gotta do is click the button. Come on, guys.
Right, chapter 3, verse 19. And when you read the real mechanical translation,
so what does
this is the book of Genesis also. And here we have 3:19. There's two parts to it. First, he has the Hebrew word itself, the phonetic pronunciation of the word, and then the meaning of it.
Speed this shit up.
And his translation notes are in the introduction of the book. I can't get into all that in 3 minutes. Plus, you'd be much better served just by the book. But he condenses it down here into the real mechanical translation.
So again, just in case you weren't paying attention, the real mechanical translation is the attempt to translate the Hebrew version of the Bible as closely as possible, even though it will not make sense because of the different structures of language. That is what the attempt is here, to be the most closely replicated version of what it actually, what the Gospels, or not, I mean, Genesis isn't the Gospel, but what the text actually says.
And so the same verse reads, with the sweat of your nostrils you will eat bread until you turn back to the ground, given that from her you were taken. Given that you are dirt, and to dirt you will turn back.
That kind of conflicts with the idea of heaven, doesn't it?
It's one of a kind. For those of you, it's one of a kind.
So this is Buzz Aldrin. If you're not familiar with who Buzz Aldrin is, Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. On that crew, second man to put foot on the moon, Buzz Aldrin.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
So the question was, what is the scariest moment of the journey to the moon?
Scariest. It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Circuit breaker.
It says, I think when people get to a certain age, they no longer care and just tell the truth or let it slip. But Buzz has said this way too many times now. Did we go to the moon? Who knows?
The Bros movie and Billy Eichner stuffing his foot in his mouth. Let's talk about it. This is too up my alley to not
I'm
talk
skipping
about.
this.
So what's the worst thing about Democrats?
That they're really judgmental to anyone who isn't a Democrat.
They all think they can get along, but they do no effort to do so.
How incompetent they are at campaigning and messaging. The fact that
I gotta disagree there. Democrats are fantastic at organizing. Remember the summer of love? Remember 3 months of just riots? Pretty well organized.
Foreign policy sometimes requires stepping on toes.
They're all hypocrites.
So what's the worst thing about Democrats?
I want to take you on a little trip down memory lane. All the way.
I know Indie Film remembers this. Who else? Who else remembers this?
Back to 2005, when an eccentric movie star gave an infamous interview on The Today Show.
You're not getting to the reason why. There is no such thing as a chemical imbalance. I'm saying that drugs aren't the answer, that these drugs are very dangerous. They're mind-altering, antipsychotic drugs. And there are ways of doing it without that so that we don't end up in a brave new world.
For that interview, Tom Cruise was turned into a national laughingstock. He nearly lost his career, and he was called crazy. Not like everyone in Hollywood is crazy, which they are, but especially crazy. Crazy because he contradicted the medical establishment, which had been making money hand over fist, slinging depression pills to treat an alleged chemical imbalance in the brain. Guess who was right? A new meta-analysis that has just come out looking at studies involving tens of thousands of people has concluded that the chemical imbalance theory is completely bogus. Most depression pills are what is called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors.
SSRIs for short.
SSRIs, which are said to work by correcting abnormally low serotonin levels. This scientific review, which was published in the journal Molecular Psychiatry, finds, quote, no clear evidence that low serotonin levels are responsible for depression.
So do I, Indie Film. That is why about 5, 6, 7 years ago or whenever, when I finally realized that after ending my drug addiction, that there was actually a reason to take some of the drugs that I was taking. And I went to the doctor, and I knew that benzodiazepines like Xanax, Klonopin, things like that, I didn't have any negative effects. And despite their addictive nature, for whatever reason, I did not get addicted to them, despite abusing the fuck out of them. Opiates are a different story. I was told that I had depression. I've just got a bachelor's degree in psychology. I'm a pretty smart dude, and I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of myself. Doctors wanted to put me on these SSRIs. And I think for some people, great. We got a comment right here. It says, I have a panic disorder. SSRIs do work. For some. I guarantee you, Ryan Hughes here has some type of side effect that comes with those SSRIs. One of the most common side effects for any SSRI is self-deletion ideation. Sounds like doing nothing with extra steps. So much like other medications, more recently, that doctors have suggested that I take, I decided not to. Nobody really cared. Nobody gave a shit when I didn't want to take SSRIs. Theoretically, somebody who should be on depression medication and isn't, theoretically, could be a danger to society. Get into a frantic state. What did any film say before about the vet? Seems super risky to give the guy a hug. Why? Because he was in the army? No, because he was in a frantic state of mind. So why would I want to do that to myself? But again, nobody cared. It's my body. It's my choice, right? Well, it was. Come on. Just let it roll. Just let it roll. It's going to go.
In the words of the study's lead author, a psychiatry professor at University
purpose.
College London and consultant psychiatrist at Northeast London NHS Foundation Trust, quote, many people take antidepressants because they believe and have been led to believe their depression has a biochemical cause. But this new research suggests this belief is not grounded in evidence. I want to take you on a little trip.
That's scary. I could be a completely different person. I could be not anymore a person. Again, my dad's a doctor. He is very good at what he does. And when it comes to the things he knows, I trust him implicitly. But one, I have to acknowledge that there are limitations on what he knows. And two, that what he does know ultimately is still up for debate. Nothing, I mean, not nothing, but very few things in medical science are completely settled science. I bet some of you aren't even old enough to remember the fucking food pyramid. They said most of the food that you should eat is bread, grains and wheats, right?
Whether I didn't think she was 13.
Ooh, a predator sting.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
No, I really.
She told you she was 13.
Yeah, but I thought she was lying. So people on their lie, and I didn't think that she was actually that age.
Then why didn't you come last night?
Stop the cap.
Because you
thought that it was mine.
13-year-old.
Well, yeah. I mean, because
you're scared to get in trouble.
The reality of it, yeah. The
reality is you're a teacher. You teach students.
I do.
For fuck's sake. Why is it always, of course, it's always people who put themselves around children. How are we supposed to trust anything?
Music.
I'm also, you know.
You're a college professor.
Let's just be honest.
Okay, yes.
She's saying, let's stop and have a conversation so we don't have to call the cops. Bro, you think they do this and they're not going to call the cops? Get that.
There were sexual conversations, but I was scared about it, and I thought... She did say that she was 13. Here's the police now. She did say that she was 13, but I didn't think that she was, especially...
Stop the cap!
Sorry, you said you feel like Joe Biden.
Who is familiar with Carrie Lake? I believe she is a senator, congressman, something for Arizona. I don't. I only know her from Timcast, but very sharp lady from what I have heard.
This is dividing the country, but do you feel like Donald Trump is doing the same by falsely telling people that he won that election when he lost it?
How does that divide the country? Questioning an election where there are obviously problems is dividing the country? Since when can we not ask questions about our elections? As a journalist for many years, I was a journalist after 2016, and I distinctly remember many people just like you asking a lot of questions about the 2016 election results. And nobody tried to shut you up. Nobody tried to tell Hillary Clinton to shut up. Nobody tried to tell Kamala Harris when she was questioning the legitimacy of these electronic voting machines to stop. We have freedom of speech in this country, and you of all people should appreciate that. You're supposedly a journalist. You should appreciate that.
Sorry, you said you feel like Joe Biden is dividing.
Yachting.
What is it about?
Ooh, guys, please work with me here. Just give me some opinions. What do you think about this one? This is an interesting one.
Masked women that infuriate you.
Oh, let me
What is it about masked women that infuriate
masculine women.
What is it that's so threatening?
This is not going to go well, but you asked, I'm answering. See, I'm a bouncer on the weekend. I work at a few different bars. And my typical
masculine women
experience with masculine women is that they will come in and they will give off what we call in men to be little dick energy. They're super loud, they're super confrontational, and they always start off with the poise of, well, I'm super strong, I'm going to do what I want, and you can't stop me because, well, I'm stronger than you. Well, then they find out that I'm 6'2" and 300 pounds, and their gym membership has vastly failed them against someone my size. Well, they always switch into position B at that point, which is, well, hey, I'm a woman, you can't touch me.
Feminism only turns women into bad men.
Aggressor to victim, just like that. All because they found out they couldn't bully their way into getting what they want. You can understand how that would absolutely infuriate me. So while I try not to lump all of them into the same category, I do admittedly have reservations every time I run across one because of the typical experience that I have with them.
What this? So we got a gun thingy. This is from some type of C-SPAN type deal.
Stabilizing brace, which is depicted here, when attached here, it turns this weapon into an automatic weapon. It becomes a bump stock. And so it will allow that to essentially be fired like an automatic weapon. That's the danger. And so I have to very strongly oppose the amendment. And I yield back.
You know.
The Democrats are so zealous in their rush to ban everything related to guns and every gun that exists that I'm afraid Mr. Cicilline has his gun features mixed up. He just described the arm brace, which is used by people who have a handicap.
Handicap people.
A pistol. He just described it as a bump stock. It's neither a stock.
This used to be me. The guy who just called an arm brace a bump stock. That used to be me. I'm not happy about how ignorant I was, but I'm very happy about the fact that I was able to point out my ignorance and end it. Any film says Massey and Paul are my Kentucky men. Hey, that's are they? Those are the senators. Rand Paul is a senator, right? I think I don't know. I don't know much about civics outside of New Jersey, but I'm a huge Ron Paul fan. I definitely like Rand Paul too. He's definitely not Ron Paul, but Ron Paul Revolution. And it won't play for
Nor a bump stock. And I think it's important that if you're going to ban these things, that you actually understand what you're banning. That is the picture that he showed. Everybody needs to know.
Gotcha.
It's not a bump stock. It's an arm brace for firing a pistol.
Well, Don Lemon just backed himself into a corner on live television, trying to pin reparations for slavery on Britain in an interview with the royal commentator.
Have y'all seen this?
And then you have those who are asking for reparations for colonialism, and they're wondering, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, 500 million there. Some people want to be paid back, and members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you are, you have all of this vast wealth? Those are legitimate concerns.
Are they though?
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa, and when across the entire world, when the
So now we have 2 TikToks that have come up. And this is from, the actual news. Where the notion of who sold those people to slavers. African slavers. I hate that it doesn't play. I got a button right here for play. On YouTube, it plays no problem.
slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery? The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce, was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery. 2,000 Naval men died on the high seas trying to stop slavery. Why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say, who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages? Absolutely. That's where they should start. And maybe, I don't know, the descendants of those families where they died in the high seas trying to stop the slavery, those families should receive something too, I think, at the same time.
Beast!
There's no solid proof that God exists. Of course there is.
Is there, though?
Would you like to tell me about any solid proof?
Yeah, are you open to reason?
Yes.
So the building is proof of the builder. Every time you look at a building, you don't think there was a builder. You know there was a builder because buildings don't build themselves.
Right.
Well, creation is proof of the creator. We can't make a grain of sand from nothing. You can get all the scientists in the...
We can't, but we are very clear on how sand is made. It's rock sediment that comes ashore.
We'll put them in a room, most intelligent scientists say, okay, wanting to make a grain of sand from nothing. They haven't got a clue how to do it. Everything is fearfully and wonderfully made. You think of the human eye.
She's wearing Coke bottle glasses. Why is this always the go-to? I know more people that wear glasses and contact lenses than don't. So is God just bad at eye making? This is a bad argument. This is a bad argument. You cannot make an argument about how God created eyes and then cut to Coke bottles.
The baby in the womb. Think of the seasons, the fruits, the flowers, the birds, the hummingbird.
And this is just a, depending on where he takes it, this is either going to be a God of the Gaps argument. It's just so beautiful. How could it possibly be without a God? Or similarly, the argument from incredulity. And so I can't possibly imagine how this would be possible. Therefore, God. That is not an argument.
Right. I think this is actually...
Look at these glasses. Yeah, great job, God. And what the fuck is that? I'm not picking on her. I'm just saying. God fucked up.
Opening up my mind a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's real.
So somebody wants to be called
John
Z
Stossel.
or Zer. Why not?
I don't care what people want to be called. That's fine, but that doesn't mean I should be compelled by law to call them that. The government has absolutely no business whatsoever, ever, governing the content of your voluntary speech. Like, I don't even like hate speech laws. I think they're a big mistake. And that says what you can't say. This is what you have to say.
So you were personally willing to accommodate people if they want to be called something odd.
We could have a conversation about that. And if I
Beast!
that you knew why you were asking that was actually in your best interest, and you weren't just attempting to exercise ideological control over me for reasons that had absolutely nothing to do with you personally, then I might consider it in my private conversation, just like I would if you asked me to use a nickname, for example. So, but there's a big difference between privately negotiated modes of address and legislatively demanded, compelled speech.
Oh, this one's fun. Why are they getting quieter and quieter? Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. You can't interrupt.
Why is it always women who look like this? I'm sorry. Not sorry. But you never find attractive women going all out for smortion. Honey, I don't think you gotta worry that much.
Yeah. You can't enter like.
Is it really illegal
like,
to help the mother carry that
like,
through?
like if you
Is
were,
it really illegal
if
to
you
give her the
listen,
necessary
if
stuff
you were
that
about
she
to take a
needs in
pill,
order to
I
keep
couldn't
her
stop
own
you.
baby?
If you were about to take a pill, I couldn't stop you. That'd be illegal. That's what I'm saying. Because you're protected in the state of Oklahoma to abort your baby with a pill. I'm saying.
Oh my God, my body's protected. God forbid.
No, the baby.
Leftism 101. Get things you want and then get mad about it. My body's protected? Oh my God. That's a good thing that I want, but I'm still mad about it for some reason.
My body has as much rights as a dead corpse.
The baby inside
God
your body.
forbid.
The baby inside your body is the unprotected person. You're protected. No one can murder you.
God forbid.
They have to break the law to murder.
Again, like that's not the part that you should be mad at, honey. Like the part you disagree with is coming up.
You. Babies are not protected by law.
Babies breathing.
Well, even before they breathe, whenever they're just pumping blood, processing oxygen. Before that, they're human embryos. If you don't like the word baby, which I just mean small human being, human child, human embryo, human fetus. Yes, it is. A human embryo is a human in the embryonic stage of development.
It's so silly to me that people will have this argument, and I can't. Like, I would definitely struggle with this for a long time. But once it was kind of pointed out that, like, there really is no other place to start humanity, personhood, other than conception. Even though I am pro-choice, I'm anti-schmortion because that's human DNA. So whether you call it a baby or a fetus or a zygote, it is still human DNA. So until you can get around that, then you don't have an argument. You are scientifically incorrect. You are scientifically inaccurate. It's just not right. What this guy's saying is right.
A human fetus, yeah, a human zygote. You can get on Google and Wikipedia and later on tonight go, wow, I was really, really dumb and said dumb things. But no, Wikipedia, Google, anyone else.
Sarah, she, her.
All right, so it says reacting to, oh, I wish this was bigger, but reacting to woke people on dating apps. Gentlemen, is this not how it is?
So glad she has her pronouns there. Otherwise, how would I refer to her when she's not around? You should not go out with me if you're racist, /transphobic, /misogynistic, /etc. What is the etc.? I'm supposed to know what that means. Or you're looking for a hookup. Oh, fair enough. Not really looking for that, but I wouldn't hook up with you anyway. Elizabeth, she, her, and hers. Once again, thank you.
So before he moves on to that one, indie film about the previous TikTok said, I once told a pro-schmortion coworker that the army was training doctors to smart by having them smart dolphin fetuses. She flipped out. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. What? They're killing dolphin fetuses? They can't do that. It's like Flipper. Almost, sweetie.
Thank you.
Almost.
Let's make sure we're on the same page about climate change, fascism, Black lives, capitalism, universal health care, consensual non-monogamy, pickles. I don't know if we'd be on the same page about any of those things, but how would I know? Those are just words, and I don't know what you think about climate change or fascism. I mean, we probably both think fascism is pretty terrible, but, you know, whatever. This is absolutely one of my favorites because I have absolutely no clue what it means. Emo Trans Incorporated. I don't think this person even had a picture of themselves, but they have a picture of what looks to be a pillar in front of a parking lot. Why would you put that picture on your dating profile? And then Emo Trans Incorporated, and then an actual hammer and an actual sickle with what looks like avocado toast. Quintessential Portlander right there.
That's what it's like to be a man on dating apps. It is not fun. And you know what? The saddest part is that sometimes we still swipe right and don't even get matched with people we don't even like and not even attracted to. But hey.
Have you ever met a 4-year-old who believes in Santa Claus?
Maybe.
So this is someone who believes that a fat man is traveling through the sky on a flying reindeer at
I know a lot of people who believe in a fat man in the sky.
lightning speed, coming down his chimney with presents. Yeah. Would you say that this is someone who maybe has a tenuous grasp on reality?
They have an appropriate 4-year-old handle on the
Sure.
reality
Agreed.
that's very real.
Exactly.
agreed. But Santa Claus is real for them, but
Yeah.
Santa Claus is not actually real.
Yeah, well, but Santa Claus does deliver their Christmas presents.
Do I have to say it? Let's go extra for this one because it was just that bad. She said Santa Claus does deliver. Santa Claus does deliver their Christmas presents. Does he though? I don't think so.
Well, yeah, but he's not real though.
To that child, they are.
Exactly.
When I see a child who, believes in Santa Claus, and then let's say this is a boy and he says I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is someone who can't distinguish between fantasy and reality. So how could you take that as a reality?
I would say that as a pediatrician and as a parent, I would say how wonderful my 4-year-old and their imagination is.
That's a
Have you ever
great
met
way
a
to not answer the
4-year-old?
question. Guys, if I can get 2 more likes, that would be awesome.
Just in, the CDC now saying, gotcha. 2 for flinching and a booster. We were just April Fools. That was a jokey joke. This just in, the CDC now saying, gotcha. 2 for flinching and a booster. We were just April Fools. That was a jokey joke.
Yeah.
Christians, number 3.
Oh, we got some comments here. Hey, we got Miguel in the building. Ba, 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 ba. Thank you for the like, and thank you for hanging out on this wonderful Friday night. How are you doing, Miguel? Miguel, you need to join the Discord, man. You brought, I forget what it is now, but one of the streams last week where you were here, you said something really poignant. And then you left, which is totally fine. I'm not giving you shit, but you left, and I wanted to talk to you about it after the stream, and I don't know how to contact you. You don't follow me on social media or anything. Join that Discord, man. More people are joining. We're getting more active. That's where the panels are moving to. So you can join the panel without having to actually engage with the panel. You can just be there as if we're all hanging out together. Join the Discord, man. I really want you to. But thank you for being here.
Here we go.
The link is in the description. All you gotta do is scroll down and you'll see Discord and click that. You put a phone number or an email or something random. You can make up an email. Doesn't matter. But that's where we're at.
If you're God.
You don't have to say your God.
Well, no, yes, she does have to say your God, because even though everybody in the religious realm uses the word God, everybody means a different thing. If I were to ask you, what does God mean to you? You would say something different than the person you sit next to in church. So yes, your God is absolutely appropriate. Let's continue.
It's just God.
All-knowing,
Uh-huh.
all-powerful,
Right again.
omnipotent God
We're 3 for 3.
made all of us by his own hand. He created us exactly the way that we are. That's what you believe, right?
No. The problem is in your statement, exactly as we are. Because that's not...
So like God didn't like make us exactly like we are. He just made everything the way it is and all the circumstances that lead to everything. And somehow in there's space for you to have free will. I guess that's where this is going
what
to go.
Scripture teaches at all. God has created man in his own image. But the problem is, through the rebellion in the garden in Genesis 3, sin entered the world through one man, and death through sin. In this way, death spread to all people because all sinned. Therefore,
yeah, and then Jesus came and died for our sins, as I've been taught many times.
we don't operate in the same way that God originally designed us to.
How do you know that?
Sin means to miss the mark. We were not created to lie, cheat, to steal, to murder.
How do you know that?
This is why James says, don't say that God tempts me, because each person is tempted when he is drawn away and enticed by his own evil desire. He goes on.
But again, if it's my evil desire, where did that come from? If God created everything.
To say that every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. Did God make
that
us?
Is meaningless.
Did he knit us together in the womb? Yes. Did he create us in the way that we are in reference to our sinful nature? No.
That's convenient. So God, oh my God. Cope. That's my only response to that. That is cope. All of religion is cope. But I mean, shit, what else do you want?
Petitioning for over here.
Bunch of different good causes like raising minimum wage, pandemic prevention programs. We're
geez.
just trying to get it on the ballot so people could vote on it. Yeah,
All in the state of California or federally?
state of California.
Interesting. So let's talk about first the minimum wage one. What would you raise the minimum wage to?
Damn, not too much, but not too low. But
Oh, brilliant answer.
I would say like 18 is a good point.
Forgive me, I'm from Texas. What's the minimum wage here already?
It's 15, and then for smaller businesses, it's 14.
What constitutes a smaller business?
Less than 26 employees.
26. That's very arbitrary. Okay, give me the underlying reason of why we should raise it.
Because you saw the gas prices.
Well, shouldn't we just start like developing more oil and opening up the Keystone Pipeline?
That is an option.
Maybe that's something you should have thought of before you set up the table. Is there any other ways to deal with this issue?
There's other options as well, different countries.
Like which countries?
Definitely not Russia anymore.
Definitely not Russia. I would think we can agree on that. Why should minimum wage be the thing to fight the gas prices raising?
Damn, you got me deep into thought. And it's only 11.
Deep into thought at asking you why the thing you're advocating for should be advocated for. So when I make fun of leftist logic, it doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes from shit like this.
7 a.m.
Sorry, we can get you some coffee before.
So, I mean, there's definitely different ways, but it's not just gas prices, you know?
Sure, what else?
Yeah, rent, gas prices, food is going up, everything's going up.
Do you think that's because of the supply chain crisis we've had?
It definitely can be, but I mean, this is like one different way to tackle that issue.
Interesting. So a lot of people right now are being paid to stay at home because of like, COVID and COVID relief and like, the stipends they can get from the government. And for example, like in Texas, it was like $600, $600 like monthly. And a lot of times people were being paid more to stay home. And so kind of like, can you relate to me exactly how the two different petitions work together? Because if you're raising the minimum wage, but you're also spending more money on COVID relief, how do those two work together to open up the market again?
Damn, there's no like correct answer because if you increase minimum wage, like other issues gonna happen, like inflation. So you definitely have to just calculate, research, and honestly, the minimum wage should be changing depending on the county.
For example, in New York, obviously it's very expensive there too. 40% of small businesses actually closed down during COVID because of the, obviously no workers and no people going out to eat. So how is this going to help small businesses?
Yeah, so I mean the effects of it would have on small
All right,
businesses.
so point is he's dumb.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, I love this.
You doing all right over here? Okay.
Just checking my computer.
Doing what?
Just checking my computer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just, I heard about some suspicious behavior over here, so we were just checking out the area.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay.
All right.
Tables have turned.
So I heard there's been a lot of drug trafficking going on in the area.
Who you with? Or what are you?
What's that? I'm with the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That's fine.
So you know anything about any of the drug trafficking going on in the area?
I have no comment, man.
Notice how there's why you let me let it play out.
Okay.
You don't talk questions like that. You just call the public relations office of the sheriff's office.
Okay. So you're not. What's that?
I don't have any comment.
So you're not involved in any drug
I don't
trafficking?
have any comment.
So you're invoking your Fifth Amendment? Is that what you? You okay? You're being a little combative.
No, I'm not.
Being a little combative. So you're telling me, Mr. Police Officer Man, that it's weird that you, with a badge and a gun, pull me over in the middle of the night and trying to make it seem like I'm doing something that I'm not doing. I shouldn't feel. I get nervous. You sound nervous. I don't know. Maybe because you're up my fucking asshole. But you flip it on the cops. Oh, no comment. No comment. What is this? What? Of course, it's not going to play right away because why would TikTok do that? They want you on the phone. They don't want you on the website. Still not playing. I hit the button. Oh, it's just going to restart. Perfect. Well, come on. Fuck you, TikTok. Fuck you, TikTok. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, because we just passed the 3-hour mark of
Hey,
this
what's
stream.
up, man?
So I'm gonna pick a few, make sure I get all the ones that I wanted to get, and then we're going over to the panel.
Go ahead.
Miguel said, when I gave you an encouraging word the other night, I had no idea Jordan was going to say, people need an encouraging word, and then cry. It was really strange. Well, that is why I appreciate you guys so much when you give me encouraging words. Ain't nobody else doing it. Nobody else. It's just y'all. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you noticing that. You're a good dude, Miguel. Discord link.
You were speaking all with theoreticals. You're saying like, oh, if someone is raped, they should be able to like, blah blah blah. The reality
Punish
is,
the rapist.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking happen.
It
The
should.
rapist rarely gets punished.
Oh, I know.
You're not
Rapists love abortion. It gets them off the hook.
standing here condemning that. Instead,
Oh,
you're
yeah, I am.
condemning the victim.
Just in case you're curious, we condemn rape. No. Someone rapes a person, right? What?
The arrogance.
Women are not sex objects.
Boom!
Babies are not body parts.
Boom!
You can't do whatever you want to a woman, and you can't do whatever you want to a baby. It's consistency. We've all been there. That's true. You've been there. I've been there. We've been in the womb. We developed. Yeah. Positive.
She said, you don't know about IVF?
IVF is still in a womb.
She said, no.
Are you serious? In vitro fertilization, they fertilize the egg outside and they place it in the mother's womb. And they
Look at this smile. He's like, oh, you dumb bitch. You said the dumbest shit.
develop. All human beings have developed in the mother's womb.
I don't remember what this one was.
I'm just gonna say something, and that's the last I'm gonna say about it. Okay, there are worse things you can be than fat.
Are there though?
You could be hungry. I'm just gonna say.
Wow, you all really like these. So here's part 3 of
Oh, this one was just fun.
impressions nobody else does. Bill Murray getting over COVID.
I had it. I made it out. It didn't kill me. You can too. Everybody can. We're gonna be all right. Sorry.
Words. I know what you wrote for.
Ooh, all right. So, okay, we got another predator sting. This one is interesting. If I don't know how well the sound is going to come through. If the sound comes through well, and you want to, this is part 3 of, I think there was 5. We can watch all the parts if you want. Yeah, sure. Just take forever to start playing. As
But you were referring to that. Listen, okay, in the court of law, it would be considered you were asking that, okay? But we both know
talking to
what
a
you
13-year-old or what he thought was.
We both know what you wanted. I want to have a chat with you, okay? Because I might have to go to the station. I might have to call them here, okay? Okay, Jimmy, what you're doing is very serious. You sent a full-out video. Just look at it. Can I show you?
I know.
Jimmy, so this is what I don't understand, okay? She told you she could leave. No. She's only 13 years ago, an adult, okay? Let's not blame kids here now, okay? She told you clearly, Jimmy. Okay, I read the one part. She's like, she could leave you alone because she read about it online and you can get in trouble. And you didn't want to leave her alone. Why? Why couldn't you just walk away from her? Why?
I should have walked away. I don't know.
Because you like little girls.
No, I don't like young girls. I've never dated a young girl. Never ever dated a young girl.
I've just sexted, says Jimmy, with a young girl. See how you break that up? You gotta learn how to do that. Because I don't want to be clipped up saying that I like Jimmy. Oh man. And funny thing is, because we've all seen things like To Catch a Predator, we know the habits. We know that this is the first time I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just talking. Are you though? Gail says, I need to watch more. Watching too much stuff about the destruction of the dollar. Need to change my focus. Well, you've come to the right place and on the right night, because we are all over the place tonight, just watching all of this kind of stuff. Yeah, but I mean, I hear you. There's a bunch of finance and more specifically crypto channels that I follow that I just have not clicked on one of their videos in like 8 months. So I'm just like, yeah, I get it. Economy's going to shit. My money's worth nothing. Got it. When you have a positive thumbnail and you have some good news, let me know. But until then,
The first time this has happened. I've got 2 kids.
Got 2 kids.
That I've never ever done that before. Okay, I've never ever done that before.
Swear it on their kids.
I swear on my kids' lives, I would never do that to anybody. That's why I was feeling so bad about it.
That's why I feel so bad about it. I'm such a good person. Like, I actually felt bad about sending a video of me to what I thought was a 13-year-old girl.
Told you she could leave you alone. Am I right? I wrote exactly what she wrote. I read it.
And you're right.
She's like, she Googled it. You can get in trouble with the law. Do you want her to leave you alone? That was your chance to walk away. Why you go on and say we can keep it as a secret? You know, kids are not developed up there. They are like, I don't mean to say they're stupid, but they are not the smartest up there. A 13-year-old doesn't deserve to see that Maple Leaf wiener.
No, that's for sure.
Okay.
I understand, and I'm shaking right now. Like I'm on the verge of having it. So.
You need.
Oh, I feel so bad. You're shaking. This is not disconnected from drag your child to pride. This is not disconnected from drag your child to pride or any other drag and child related thing. Do you think somebody like our boy Jimmy here is more or less likely to do drag time story hour than the average person? I'm going to go with more. Just a hunch. Could be wrong. Really?
You need to chillax, okay?
Oh, I will delete her from my phone.
No, you need to relax, Jimmy, because I haven't even called the police yet, okay? Okay? Am I going to submit these to the station? Probably. Am I going to call the cops on the spot? Probably not. You know what? Words. I know what you're referring to. But you were referring to that.
Let's see some of these comments. He wants to bring his kids into this like it makes it better. I wish we could see the wife watching this. That's a good point. Swearing on his kids' lives that he's never done it before. Yeah, chillax. He's trembling. Yeah, fucking, of course he is. He doesn't care about his kids because he didn't care about the kid he was messaging to. Oof. I wouldn't ground the 13-year-old. Yes, what she did was bad, and she knew it, but clearly she didn't understand how severe the situation is. That's bad parenting. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You guys have steaks here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, brother.
Oh, this is when he first. So this is when the guy who caught him first showed him the niece's phone. Turns out that it wasn't actually a young girl; it was just him. But
one certain steak I wanted to buy. Can you hold on, brother? I'm just on the phone. Sorry. There's one certain steak I wanted to buy. Can you? Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Can you just tell me what kind of steak this is?
This is when he first finds out that he knows what's good. It's like, oh shit, that's my dick.
What are you doing?
Brother, you were talking to my niece like that, who's only 13 years old, Jimmy. She's 13 years old. I could have already had the police involved here.
Okay, I won't talk to her anymore.
Jimmy, you know what the stuff you said to her, that picture you sent her of your stroking it, you know what that's considered? I am recording this thing for my protection, so you can't tell the cops I touched you. I am being recorded in your restaurant as well, okay? You want to have a chat, Jimmy, here? Come and have a chat before I make it much worse and embarrassing in front of everybody here.
Acting tough.
Give me your phone, bro. Give me your phone.
Back up, man.
Why you recording me, bro?
On trip. Back up.
Oh, you said what? from what? I'm from EC1, I know, nigga.
He got pepper sprayed. Ah, what a loser. Nice car.
That you don't even want to go at that place.
Ooh, okay. So before I go back, I want to make after this one, I want to make sure there's no more that I definitely want to show you. What do you guys think of this? So we have a situation where we have trouble, kids who are getting into trouble, and then we have this guy who seems to be some type of he's called the prison doctor. So he seems to be like a scared straight type of dude. Please, guys, just comment your opinions. I care what you think.
You know what I'm saying? You sure? When your mother speaks to me, you better not interrupt or disagree about nothing she tells me until I tell you to speak. Do you understand? Yes. Young lady, that goes for you as well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I hope you do. Because this is your only chance you're going to get it right.
Yes, sir.
Today, all this bad behavior crap, it either changes today or you both are going to be somewhere you don't want to like.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, what's going on with your children?
Both of them, they fight constantly with each other. If they are not sleeping, they are fighting. Everything is an argument. I spend my entire life yelling at them. He gets in trouble a lot at school.
Shuri, are you still here? I told you that shit was normal.
The thing with him is, it's his mouth that gets him in trouble. He never listens. The principal will have to get called in. It's been going on since pre-K to 5th grade. Every year has been going on. He cusses, he kicks her, he hits her. She does the same thing to him. It's just a constant battle.
Sir?
Yes, sir. It's the same in my house. I mean, I find that it's a lot worse when they're with their mother. I don't know if it's because they feel that they can take advantage of her.
So the parents are divorced. Color me surprised. That was my first question, was where is the dad? Just like any film. But let's keep watching. I'm with you here. But I'm curious what you guys think specifically of how this dude is handling. Come on, guy. Little Toes in the building. Miguel out here dating the MILFs. He's taking up the MILF population. So the rest of us. Oh, I'm about to call in a rent-a-dad. But for real, as we go on, this is almost 5 minutes long. So we may not play the whole thing, but I do want opinions. As soon as it decides to play, which is going to be now.
Absolutely.
When we split custody, and every time they're with her, literally every day, I get at least two phone calls.
Every day,
them down.
they're with their mother. 2 phone calls.
Respect her, the way they talk to
Disrespect.
her, the way they talk back. They don't respect their mother at all.
Ridiculous.
When you tell them one thing, it's an argument. They don't do it on the first time. It gets to the point when you're telling them the one thing, would you please do this or stop it? It's a battle of the mouth, back and forth, sometimes for 10, 20 minutes till you're so enraged you have to go in the room and shut the door because
I spent my entire life just yelling at them, and I'm afraid.
Before you speak, is it because of school? Is it because of you don't like your father being
This is the part I really want your opinions on.
separate from your mother? Is it because somebody's bullying you? Is it because you just want to be a bad kid? Is it social media? Is it Instagram? Is it the TV that's influencing you? What is causing your behavior to disrespect the one person who loves you more than anything in this world? And you better think before you answer. You don't like being separated from your family. What does that mean?
Them being divorced.
So that bothers you. Is that the honest answer?
Yes, sir.
So you take it out of your mother. Do not lie to me.
Yes, sir.
So you take it out on your mother.
Yes, sir.
So you're mad at your mother because she's not in a relationship with your father. Is that true or not true? Don't lie. That is true.
More pointed question. You got the kid. He's scared. He's taking this seriously. And he's a young kid. Said 5th grade. 5th grade. He's looking inside himself. And he's saying, the reason I'm acting out is because I'm upset that my family is not together. Would you change your tone if you're the prison doctor with this kid at this point? Or would you continue to be very hard as you as you have been? I mean, definitely not dude. I don't want any dudes spanking kids that are not theirs. I don't think there's ever a reason to like beat a child. But, you know, I mean, a little ain't never hurt anybody. But the old adage is, if your child is old enough to reason, then reason with them. If they're not old enough to reason, then they will not be able to understand the reason that you are hitting them. Okay, Miguel says if you're getting answers, stay hard. All right, let's see. And of course, it's going to take forever to play. I pushed the play button. Come on. They do this on purpose. They do this on purpose because they want you on the phone. Are they going to give me the time? Of course they're not going to give me the fucking time.
That you don't even want to go at that place. You understand what I'm saying?
It's a constant battle.
Bruh. Seriously? Oh my God.
That you don't even want to go at that place. You understand what I'm saying?
Stop it. It's a battle of the mouth, back and forth. Sometimes
I'm not touching it.
20 minutes till you're so enraged you have to go in the room and shut the door because you're.
I spent my entire life just yelling at them, and I'm afraid.
Before you speak. Is it because of school?
All right.
Is it because of you don't like your father being separate from your mother? Is it because somebody's bullying you? Is it because you just want to be a bad kid? Is it social media? Is it Instagram? Is it the TV that's influencing you? What is causing your behavior to disrespect the one person who loves you more than anything in this world? And you better think before you answer.
So we got the answers. Miguel says, stay hard.
You don't like being separated from your family. What does that mean?
Them being divorced.
So that bothers you. Is that the honest answer?
Yes, sir.
So you take it out on your mother. Do not lie to me.
Yes, sir.
So you take it out on your mother.
Yes, sir.
So you're mad at your mother because she's not in a relationship with your father. Is that true or not true? Don't lie.
He just told you
That
that.
is true. Disrespect the family? Is that
Now
true
we're
or
moving
not?
over to the girl.
That is true, sir.
You sure about it? Because I can look in your eye and tell if you're lying. Are you lying to me?
No, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
So the reason why you are misbehaving and dogging your mother and your grandmother is because you're being bullied in school. Is that right or no?
That is right, sir.
That's the honest God truth.
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Is your answer.
We'll be in the voice channel any film.
What you're thinking. But I'm telling you, I've done this for a long time. I believe him. I do. I know when a kid is lying.
Okay, so he believes both children that a 5th grader is upset that his parents are divorced. Seems pretty reasonable to me. And then we have a younger sister who is being bullied at school. Again, do we stay hard, or is this the time to be like, okay, I understand that could be very hard, but you know that's your mom's not doing that. Your mom is the only one who's on your team. Do you understand that? Or do you stay hard?
Believe me, they lie. But kids that I deal with, if you know anything about if you've done your research, a lot of these kids, those are the answers they give. And I've been dealing with this for over 10 years. Why would you disrespect them? Make it make sense. Help me. Help me to understand a child's thinking. Why would you disrespect the people who take care of you, who love you, who give you Halloween stuff, they decorate the home for you. I'm sure that.
He just told you. He just told you. He's a 5th grade boy who's upset that his family, through no choice of his own, has been torn apart. And you're trying to use monetary, materialistic things to say, well, you shouldn't be acting out. That is true. But as if that's not a legitimate reason to not be happy with your life. Well, I was saying, all kids who got taught hard end up more fucked up. And even Miguel, who said stay hard, said, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish or who he even is to these kids. It's just, yeah, he's just, I mean, it's the prison doc. So I got, like any film said. It's like, you never seen that show, Scared Straight, where on A&E, where they get troubled kids and they put them in prison for like a day just to like show them what it's like. That's what this is like. But this is so eerily reminiscent of how I grew up. Not that, I mean, my parents weren't, not the specific issues, but, I was acting out as a kid because other things were going on in my life. And I definitely needed, my dad was tough with me and I needed that. I think if he wasn't around, I would have been a shittier person for sure. But there's this word that I was taught in church. When I was in 8th grade, we went, my youth group, we went on a retreat. And this same word was the theme of the whole trip. The word was grace. I don't know if these people are Christian or not. But where's the grace? You got to the root of the issues. Newsflash, bitch. Your kids did not decide to fuck your husband and not want to stay with him. Your daughter did not decide to be bullied at school. They may be acting in a way that is not appropriate. That needs to be, they need to be held accountable. But call me crazy. What I think they need more is a little bit of grace. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's finish this one up. We'll see. I'm going to scroll through, see if there's any others that I really want to show you guys. And then we're going to hop over Discord.
They're not doing it for themselves. They give you every darn thing. I'm looking at a table here for kids, a kitchenette for a child, games, books, crayons, all kind of stuff, a beautiful home.
Like, is that supposed to be something that resonates with a child that already has that stuff? The child has never been without that stuff. The mother chose to get that stuff. Maybe don't buy the fucking kids toys if they're being little shits. And then you won't have to rent a dad, as Indie Film says.
You got all this expensive stuff in here. Why would you disrespect the people who provide it?
Because I'm hurt and I'm upset and I don't know what else to do. Because I'm a child.
It's ridiculous.
I know that, but I don't know any better.
It's ridiculous, young lady.
I haven't been taught any better.
This is your mother, your grandmother, and your father.
Yeah, they didn't
teach me any of this. You can't beat them in a fight, so why are you trying to act like you're tough and disrespect them? It don't make sense. You're a kid, you're a child. You're playing with dolls. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
You don't dog your darn family.
Yes, sir.
Let me come back.
Oof, oof, Ooh, that hits deep, Miguel, because I am in the exact same boat. I have a lot of issues with my mom. And, she's not a bad person. We just don't see eye to eye. And I too made a lot of my own decisions that were not the best decisions for me. So when I watch this, it's difficult to just go with these children need to be. I think it's deeper than that. Hey, we got Dr. Evil Genius in the building. Bah, 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 bah. My good friend and host of the Talking Shit podcast, as well as where you will find me most Saturdays when I'm not working. Every UFC card on the Talking Shit podcast, the Filthy Casual MMA Watch Party, the entire card streamed on the Talking Shit podcast YouTube channel. Dr. Evil Genius says the guy didn't have any of that stuff when he was young. Then he projects his childhood deprivation onto the kids. He's jealous of what the kids have. Sounds strange, but consider it. That sounds on point. Because even when we, again, I was talking earlier about that the show Scared Straight, where they put the troubled kids in the prison. There was always a piece of support in some way, shape, or form. And this just seems like, yes, if these are troubled kids, then you need a little bit of a harder approach to get to the place where they understand, hey, I'm sad because my family has been torn apart. And that's why I'm doing these things. Now that I know that, I can deal with that sadness instead of twisting it into anger and lashing out. Or in the case of the even younger girl who can't be older than 3rd or 4th grade, is being bullied. But she has expensive toys, so I think Dr. Eva Genius is on point here. On point. Miguel says, I don't blame my mistakes on my mom, but I could if I were a pussy. I feel kind of called out there. I definitely, obviously we live different lives. I'm joking about being called out, but I definitely, I feel like blame is a strong word, but I definitely hold my mom accountable for a lot of the ways that she was lacking. I think that's fair. I can understand how and why it came to that, but understanding the aspects of what I was missing was crucial to me being able to get over it and move on and be a fucking adult. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna back out here. I want to make sure, we're just gonna go through the ones that I want to go through. And then we're gonna go to the panel.
If we get pregnant, we have the right not to be mothers, right?
Yeah.
Should men then, in the name of equality, have the right not to be fathers?
I know you weren't talking about me, but I was just saying I felt like that was too appropriate for me, because you're right. As adults, as grown men, you can't blame mommy. Doesn't matter what mommy did. You're a grown man. But it still hurts. It still hurts. I hate it. I hate it. And I hate that this fucking website won't work. Just fucking play, please.
Fathers. Their wallet, their choice. They can sign off on child support. Why?
Right, no, because if you had sex with a woman, you fully know well that one of the consequences is that you will fully pregnate her and you have a child. So you
almost like you also know that. Right? And it seems like you stand more to lose by getting accidentally pregnant. But no, you get a pass. But the guy...
So you have to look after the child as that's your responsibility. Your sperm, your responsibility. Okay, you can't run away from that. Okay, I don't understand why people in their mind think it's alright to run away from the child. That's a child. You're leaving them with so much trauma, having no like dad and everything. That will leave them with severe like ideas of how they think about men because
If we get pregnant, we have the right not to be mothers, right?
Yeah.
Should men then, in the name of equality, have the right not to be fathers? Their wallet, their choice. They can sign off on child support.
Yeah, totally. We have the fucking right to do whatever we want. Okay. Christian college. There's 3 here. I only need 1. Let's go with this one.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Oh, you have a banana? I just happened to grab an extra fork. What a god thing. Here, you can have it. Oh, for the banana, obviously, to eat it, yeah. Oh, you don't want it? Okay, well, this is a little awkward. So it's been brought to my attention that you've been eating bananas with your hands in the cafeteria in mixed company.
Oh, Jesus.
And we actually have a school-wide policy that all ladies must eat bananas in the presence of men with forks. Yeah. Why? Okay. Well, men are very visual creatures.
Looks
And
like a
do you know
dick.
what a banana kind of looks like? So when you're holding it and you know what I mean? It can just really be distracting for the men who are trying to get degrees in Bible and really be as godly as they can. They're going to be heads of household one day, and you hate to be the reason that they stumble.
See you there,
Hey,
brother.
Sarah.
We won't be on much longer. There's just a couple I want to make sure. I didn't know how many I would need. But we got let me actually just see how far we need to go before we reach where we started from the bottom. Okay, not too far. So we could probably do another one of these next Friday. So let me just find the main ones that I want to. So okay, so this is this one is at I don't even know what BYU stands for, but it's the Mormon college, and they're not allowed to have any kind of
Would you rather
drugs,
drink a
including caffeine. So the question is, would you rather drink a cup of coffee or a cup of cooking oil?
cup of coffee or a cup of cooking oil?
Ooh, cooking oil.
Yeah, cooking oil.
Cooking oil.
Coffee.
Yeah, probably coffee.
Coffee.
I guess cooking oil?
Oh golly, probably coffee.
Oh golly.
A cup of cooking oil. A cup of cooking oil.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Cooking oil.
Coffee. Cup of coffee and then repent later?
I'd probably drink a cup of coffee. I've never drank coffee, but
Cooking oil. Coffee. Would you rather drink a
Nah, not a cult. Totally not. What is this one?
No, tell me how I don't care. When my mother was murdered in 2016 by another black man, no one said anything. There was nothing on the news. No addressing of the epidemic of black-on-black crime. The third highest cause of death for a black man, a black person in America, is homicide. But no, I don't care about that because I'm not talking about how hard it is to get an ID. But no, tell me my experience, please. Please, white people, tell me my experience. Tell me what I'm too dumb to know. Tell me what I haven't lived in my own life. No, tell me how I don't care.
I didn't say it. Oh, these are fun. These are fun.
Hey, babe.
Yeah, babe.
Did you have a chance to take the garbage out
Ask me why I'm single.
yet?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was just asking.
I was just answering.
Why are you being like this right now? Hey, babe.
Ask me why I'm single. Oh, homeboy.
Okay.
So it says I'm done with masks. Excuse the language.
I'm not wearing it.
Hey, if you want them to treat you, at least put it on your face.
You have to treat him.
They don't have to treat him if he's not. Put your mask on.
We don't have to treat him if he's not wearing a mask. What are they treating him for? Oh, hang on just a moment. Dr. Virginia says, that's because perpetrators are arrested, tried, and convicted for their crimes. I think I'm missing something. I don't get the connection. I know obviously we're talking about the previous one. The perps go to prison and are held accountable. Police historically haven't been held accountable, and that's why there are marches in the street. That's fair. That's fair. But I think, specifically he was talking about white liberals. Hold on. What do you mean? What the fuck is that? I got you, Miguel. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can. What's your what's the username, Miguel? Just give me the username. But what the fuck? Oh, that's why. Wrong window. But yeah, so I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, Dr. Evil Genius. But in the fact yeah. Right.
I'm not wearing
it. It is required in the hospital.
Got you.
I'm not wearing it.
Wear it down low then. It doesn't have to be on your mouth or nose.
I'm not putting it on my face.
Then it's not on your mouth or nose. What do you care?
On my face.
Why?
Because I'm having a fucking asthma attack. The last thing I'm worried about is your fucking mask.
He's having an asthma attack.
I coma because of this shit.
Hey,
I almost died 2 years ago.
It's not on your mouth or nose.
I'm not fucking putting it on my face, man.
Okay.
I'm not. You can get out of here with that bullshit, bro.
Hashtag do no harm.
They were told there was a surprise
This is from the Martha's Vineyard situation.
present for them, and that there would be jobs and housing awaiting for them when they arrived. This was obviously a sadistic lie. Not only did those responsible for this stunt know that there was no housing and no employment awaiting the migrants, they also very intentionally chose not to call ahead. To the people who find themselves, these wonderful people who find themselves plane wrecked on our island, I have a message for all of them. You are not alone.
Texas has sent migrant workers here to Martha's Vineyard. Obviously, we are very happy to have them. It's just not a good time. These migrant workers are wonderful people. The people that sent them here are evil. That is an evil thing to do, to send these wonderful people to us. Migrant workers are here in this country to find work. That's why they came. We don't have any work for migrant workers in Martha's Vineyard. I mean, we have the vineyard. They didn't call. If I'm having a dinner party and I invite 100 people, and I have the chef make 200 lobsters, and then 10 people come without calling, are you telling me that now 10 invited guests can't have a second lobster? Is that fair? People like to say we're the not in my backyard crowd, which is patently false and offensive. Specifically, in my backyard, we have very finicky grass. So you can't live on my backyard because of the grass. It's special grass. You're not going to find a person who is more pro-minorities than me. I love my minorities. No person is illegal in this world. And I truly believe that. Unless they're trespassing. That's different. When my grandfather started Chase Bank, he would say, "We are here for the people." And that's something that sticks with me to this day. Do you know that when you start a checking account at Chase Bank, you get a free pen? Free pen. That was me. This is great advertising. America is open for everyone. But Martha's Vineyard is not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
All right. Let's do two more. And then we're gonna go into three more, because I want to show that one and I want to show this one. Okay, three more.
If you ever having a bad day,
It says the theraping at the VA therapy appointment that I've been waiting on for 8 months. So remember the last veteran-centric TikTok, we had a veteran pulled over on the side of the road on the phone with the VA self-deletion hotline That's it. I mean, that's what it was. It sounded like I was going to say more, but that's. Do you need more? That was bad. And now we've got this. Therapist therapy.
Just remember that just remember that there's a brighter side. It may not be that day or the next week or the next month or the next year or the next. If you ever having a bad day, just remember that there's a brighter side. It may not be that day or the next week or the next month or the next year or
That is what like base level therapy is like. Whether you're a veteran or somebody dealing with substance abuse, that's what it's like. That's why I got out of that shit. Because like at the VA, you have veterans, so it's people who want help. But at a substance abuse clinic, unless you're working with Dr. Drew, then you're just working with people who are forced to come see you and talk to you for 45 minutes once a week so that they can get your signature on a piece of paper so that they can go back to the judge and say that they went to see you once a week and then go back to their lives. Nah, I'm good. What was this one? Oh.
What is up? Okay, my name is Maddie, and I sound like a dude, but I'm not. So I transitioned for a few years, and I've been off hormones / detransitioning for a couple of years. Here's the deal. When I went to transition, I had to go to counseling to get a letter of referral to a doctor. The doctor wouldn't see me without that, but I only had to go to like 2 sessions before this
2 sessions.
Counselor was like, yeah, you have gender dysphoria. You need to be treated by a doctor. Let's get you this note. She wrote me the letter of recommendation. I took it to a doctor, and this doctor prescribed me testosterone on the first visit. Now, I'm not crying and blaming them for my decisions because I was a legal adult. I was a legal adult when I made these decisions.
So we're not even talking about a child. We're talking about a legal adult. A legal adult.
I knew that my voice would be permanently altered. I knew that I would permanently grow facial hair, which I still do. You can't really see it right now because I pluck my face. Literally, these tweezers are in my car all the time because on my breaks, I pluck my face. Anyways, I was a legal adult when I made these decisions, but now my issue with this is that they're allowing these things to happen to children. Children who can't drive. Children who are not old enough to buy alcohol because their brains they're not mature enough to do that. Kids who aren't mature enough.
What a bigot.
To apparently buy nicotine according to the law. Like, they can't buy nicotine. They can't get it. They can't get a tattoo without parental consent because that's a permanent thing on your body.
We got a Morty stream.
That you don't mentally you don't understand that it's going to be forever. Like, and here's the thing. If this would have been as much of a push, for the transgender issue whenever I was a kid, I would have been one of those kids. I would have been because I didn't know what transgender was whenever I was that age. But if I would have, I would have been on puberty blockers because I did not.
Miguel, hit me up on social media.
Feel like a girl. I felt like a boy. I did all the boy things. I did not feel like I was supposed to be a girl. I never pictured myself as a woman, at my wedding day. I pictured myself as the guy. I never pictured myself as a mom. I pictured myself as the dad. As a kid doing playtime or whatever, I would either be the dad in the situation or I would be the depressed.
All right, we get it. One more. Oh. Okay, so maybe 2, because I want... All right, so these 3, and then we're done.
What do you do?
So I want to end on a high note. So this is, it's kind of sad, but it's also, wholesome. And then a little bit of a short, funny thing. And then we are going to head to Discord.
Not to have stress.
What do you do not to have stress?
I used to drink
99
a
years
little,
old.
but I don't anymore. When I was younger, I drank a little wine and a little beer.
Do you have stress now?
No, I just have loneliness now. Haunting loneliness.
Tell me about that.
No, I don't want to. Nothing to tell, Damon. It's just kind of lonely.
Sometimes you're just lonely?
Yeah.
And what do you do to help yourself with the loneliness?
I don't go to bed. I stay up all night. And that makes you feel awful too, so.
Ha! What a loser! What a beta! Fucking insult loser.
It's hard to get over loneliness.
What do you do not?
Okay, so yesterday,
When did you start to feel lonely?
Oh, Damon, for years and years and years. The minute everyone moved out of the old home and I was there alone, God, it was awful.
And then you were just by yourself in the old home?
Yeah, it was awful.
And all of a sudden you were lonely?
Yeah, all I know is all of a sudden I'm lonely.
What do you think makes you not feel lonely?
Friends. Good friends that I like. Both girls,
you guys.
Both young men and young women. You know? Like you. You don't make me feel lonely at all.
Do you have any advice for anyone who's feeling lonely?
Oh, yeah, get some kind of a very good hobby and keep at it. A very good hobby.
My hobby is talking to you guys, and I appreciate every single one of you and every single second that you spend with me. All right, we got a 1-minute TikTok that's meant to be funny, and then we're heading over to Discord for the panel. Once again, the link is in the description. If you need some help, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, and I will walk you through the process. It's not hard. I promise you're just telling yourself, oh, I don't know how to do this. It's not complicated. You're just deciding it's too hard for you. Stop doing that and come have fun with us. 1-minute TikTok. Here we go. Of course. Of course. So it's what I say versus what my wife hears.
Hey, babe. Want to watch a movie tonight? Hey, babe. Do you have any boring dramas you want to pressure me into watching with you? All right, I'm heading out to go play cards with the guys. I'll be home later. All right, leaving you with all the kids and all the responsibilities of the entire house. I hope you didn't plan on having fun tonight. Hey, gonna go get a coffee? Hey, gonna go fill our entire afternoon up with your to-do list that you've been putting off because you didn't want to do it by yourself or at all. Hey, heads up, my mom just called. She's gonna drop by today, probably around 3. Hey, heads up, my mom just called. She's gonna drop by today to judge how dirty the house is, so you might want to stress clean for the next 2 hours. Subsequently ruin the mood for everybody in the house for the rest of the day. Hey, I was gonna pop in the shower. You wanna join me? I'm a dirty pervert, and all I think about is sex.
All right. So Miguel's in, sort of. We didn't get a new welcome, but now I need to find you again. What does that mean? You just click the link. If you signed up and you had to go through another thing, just go back into the original link and it should help you through it. If not, again, if you're on Twitter or Instagram, just hit me up and I will walk you through it. Everybody else, that's where I'm going to be. Again, this is a Friday show. A lot more of you showed up than I anticipated, but which I'm very happy about. But usually the Friday shows are a little lacking in terms of how many of you are here. So because you guys showed up for me, makes me, hey, Miguel, welcome to the server. Ba, 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 ba. Boom, baby. With that, guys, we are going to continue the Friday shows. For right now, we are going to continue Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I really, I like doing something a little bit more just fun and loose on Fridays. You know, we could drink a little bit more. We can head into the weekend, whatever. And I'm very excited to hear. We could play some of these back in the panel if you want. Whatever you want to talk about, that's where you can find me. Anybody who's not in the Discord, remember that for now it's free. All you got to do is click the link. But as soon as there's a certain number of people, I've already got that number in my head, it will not be free. Everybody who's in there is good. Your grandfather did. If you joined before we hit that number, you're in forever. You are in for free forever. Everybody else is going to have to pay monthly, and it's going to be worth it. Trust me. So, that being said, I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I know you could be doing 1,000,001 other things on a Friday night. And the fact that you're here, it warms my heart. I love talking to you guys. I love hanging out with you guys, and I don't want to stop. So please come on over to the Discord. We have a good time. We get into some deep conversations. We get into some silly conversations. We are creating a community, and it's somebody last night shared a very personal story, and I really appreciate that they felt comfortable enough to talk about it, and I wanted to pat myself on the back a little bit for creating a space where that person felt comfortable with sharing that story. So if that's something that sounds appealing to you, where you can go and talk to like-minded people who are willing to listen to what you have to say, no matter what it is, and will accept you for who you are, then hit the link. Also, in the description, as well as right across the bottom of the screen, this channel is not monetized. If you could help me out, it'll be a lot faster to get all this shit ramped up. Hit me up. CashApp, Venmo, TheIndianJesus, PayPal is at @Lutch. My Bitcoin address is right down there. All of that stuff. But you don't have to do any of that. It's absolutely free to like, to comment, to subscribe, to ring the bell, to share this, to take this URL and put it everywhere. You know how YouTube sucks with notifications. So I need you to be the notification you want to see in the world. Take the URL, put it on Facebook, put it in a Facebook group, put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram, put it everywhere. People will see it. Because this is where people need to be. You guys are the first of many. And I thank you so much. But even if you don't want to do any of that stuff, and all you want to do is sit there and watch my beautiful face and think about how amazing this channel is, that would be cool too. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. This has been another party with your host, Lutch, a.k.a. TheIndianJesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Peace.